And I was able to get a hold of someone. If you're injured on the go, just call Mo.
Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
Kalos Services will be holding a job fair in Claremont on Saturday, April 8th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Learn about opportunities in the construction services industry. To register, please visit kalosflorida.com/jobs or text or call 352-243-7099.
I like to cook on the Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassey's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories. They even have a classroom set up to teach you all the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassey's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee. So it's Wassey's Meat Market. Check them out on Instagram or just go to their website, wasseysmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's wasseysmeatmarket.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now number one for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. You are now listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
Right, guys, here we go on a Friday edition of the Jim Colbert Show. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We have a good one for you. Lots happening on the program today. We'll get it kicked off with Deb's News. We'll do that around 3:20. Get you caught up on what's happening out there in the world. Get you turned onto a really nice cigar around 3:45 with our Embers Only segment. Thanks to our friends over at Corona Cigar Company. Ryan DeVos joins us from the hottest sport on planet Earth, Deborah. Pickleball, that's right. Florida Squeeze Prez Ryan DeVos will be in at 4 o'clock today. Rich Tips with Candace at 5, Trivia at 5:40, Ross Thoughts at 6 o'clock, and Persimmon Hollow Brewing's coming in today as well. Also have last call, your calls, texts, and talkbacks all day long. Welcome to the program. I am Jim. To my left, my lovely and very dangerous co-host, Ms. Deborah Roberts.
Hello there.
Producer Jack Bradshaw.
Hello.
Comedy alien Ross Padgett.
Let's get it.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Find us easily on social, Instagram and Facebook. That's at The Jim Colbert Show. On Twitter, just at Jim Colbert Show. And, of course, every day, all day at JimColbertLive.com. That's where you can actually watch the show via YouTube. Plus, get all the podcasts and all of our segment breakouts. You can check that out if you ever get stuck without any content to enjoy. You have plenty and plenty and plenty of it there at JimColbertLive.com. How is everybody on this Friday?
Fabulous.
Awesome. On the Friday.
I'm doing pretty good.
How are you doing so good, buddy? By the way, that's a badass Orlando City shirt.
Yeah, I know.
That thing is pretty badass.
This is a pretty limited edition Orlando City jersey that was a deep cut that I think they sold for like 2 weeks.
Dude, that thing's a straight mermaid. Go to JimColbertLive.com and check it out.
It's funny that you say mermaid because this is made with recycled ocean plastic.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Cool. Those are some dope-ass colors, though. I'm serious. I mean, I know that's not our colors per se. We're purple, but that teal and that bright orange is reminiscent to a really high-definition, like, Dolphins setup.
Yeah. Very Knicks.
Yeah.
Almost Knicks.
Yeah.
The orange is Knick color.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I wouldn't say the blue is. But, yeah, this is one of my favorite jerseys. I think I'm going to keep wearing jerseys on Fridays.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. There's no rules, but I am making up a rule by
There's no rules.
wearing jerseys on Fridays.
Well, also, you're going to start running the show on Fridays, running the board on Fridays. Jack's the producer of the show. You run the board on Fridays for us. You got to get some ideas of what's going on, and, just kind of, as we sit here and do the show, a different view. We usually, when Jack's out, you do this, but we're going to do it on Fridays just to kind of give a different feel.
Yeah, no, I'm completely down,
That's
and
cool.
I'm grateful.
All right, good. Well, here's the deal, right? So The Search Your Ace Off contest is under full swing. 2 days of clues.
And it's still in the wire?
Wednesdays and Thursdays. Jack, do not jinx it. I swear to
They're
God.
never going to find it.
I swear on my life this morning when I woke up, the only thing I prayed for, I was like, please, Lord, here on Good Friday,
Yeah.
Easter weekend,
Yeah.
please let me make it to the radio station and say these last clues before somebody emails me and tell me they found this Judy thing.
Listen to this prayer before all others.
Oh, man, you have no idea. I was like, please just let me get to the station before I get the email going, got it. Didn't even give the last clues out. Somebody already nailed it. That's not the case, though. It's still out there for sure.
Woo.
All right, so here we have them. They're up at JimColbertLive.com. If you want to go ahead and start your search right now, I know people will be getting out there. Of course, what we're talking about is the Search Your Ace Off contest. We've done this now. Is this the third year, guys?
I think so, yeah.
Third or fourth?
Fourth.
Yeah,
Fourth.
maybe the fourth.
Yeah,
The fourth?
Maitland, the Seminole Hotel,
That's right.
Winter Garden.
That's right.
This is the fourth.
The
I
fourth one. So for
forgot.
4 years, Tools Ace Hardware, a great partner of ours, gives us a large big green egg with a bunch of accoutrement. The package is about $1,400, like over $1,390, something like that. It's about a $1,400 package. And what I do is I write a poem that has clues in it to a location here in Central Florida where it is currently hidden. Now, not the egg itself. It's a package. It looks about the size of...
Like a padded envelope, right?
Yeah, like a padded envelope. It's wrapped in black electrical tape, and it has a little tail, which you'll learn about here in these next
Oh,
set
good.
of
A
clues.
padded envelope that's wrapped in electrical tape with wires coming out?
Yeah, it doesn't...
There's no
Can I
problem
tell
here,
you,
folks.
This is the second time...
Take your chance.
This is the second time last year, straight up, I'm telling you. Straight up last year, I was like, I told my wife as I was leaving to go hide it, I'm like, listen, stay near your phone. I said, because this thing looks like a bomb.
Well,
Without
not-
question, it looks like a bomb.
Even if it didn't look like the bomb, you skulking around in the dark
Right.
wearing all black
Yeah.
didn't help.
Middle of the night.
Yeah, exactly.
Hiding under a train.
I love that. All right, so do you want me to just give the entire thing in its entirety,
Yeah.
or do you want me to go ahead and read the last clues and then read the entire thing over again?
I say the whole thing start to finish.
Okay, the whole thing start to finish.
Oh, kit and caboodle.
Now, I'll read it once because if you want to play the game, if you want to join us, again, if you just go to JimColbertLive.com, the clues are all there. You can print them out. That way you have them.
Right.
Ross, do you have some music for me, buddy?
I have 160 Million Chinese Man by the hit movie Ocean's 11. You want it?
Yeah, you... Oh, I see what this is. Got it.
Right? It's a
This
treasure.
Isn't this a little more satisfaction, a little action? That's what it sounds like, right?
It's got a Vegas feel to it.
It does.
Yeah.
It's
All right.
not hidden in Vegas.
It's not hidden in Vegas. It's 3 counties, Orange County, Seminole County, or Osceola. It's one of those 3. Here we go. This doesn't feel like it.
All right, you want some adventure
This doesn't
music?
feel like it. This doesn't feel like I should be doing the samba.
This is samba?
No, it's not, but I don't know any better.
All right, well, here, we'll find some treasure hunting music.
Self-awareness is the key, guys.
Always.
Yeah, right. Any day, Ross. This is a mistake having you over there. I'm joking.
But you know what's so you've probably already heard the first 2 stanzas. So maybe before you start the third, that's just where you let folks know, okay, this
is the
is
entire
your third and final clue. So pay attention if you haven't heard
I'll
this
read the
part
entire
before.
thing. So you'll as I get to this this third thing here, I will kind of tell you this is the new clues. Perfect, buddy. Good job.
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Suspenseful.
'Tis the season to abandon all reason and ponder this rhyme complete. Words will be twisted and clues will be gifted to those who venture this feat. There will be no climbing, no swimming, no trespassing will be needed. Ponder the clues, consider the hues, and a big green egg will certainly be deeded. 2 old men, 100 again, have called this place home for ages. In their due day, hawks and cats stalk their prey among these hallowed sages. There'll be bends and buckles, a few cypress knuckles, and some voids along the way. You may hear a shout or a car horn cry out, and 4 old oaks will stand guard all day. A dasher of hopes have been these great slopes to many a daring soul, but tomorrow doth bring another chance to be king, and irony beyond our control. Find the entrance to this land, a sign will be at hand, the name will adorn the board. 'Neath the sign there'll be a black tail you'll see. Pull it and enjoy your hoard. A big thanks indeed to our friends who do heed our free Big Green Egg call. It's for our pals at Tools Ace, a wonderful place, winter, spring, summer, or fall. There you go. Those are the final clues.
Wow.
I made a little mistake there, and I had to dump that one part, but the last part you got out for sure. If you want to go and read the clues, they are at jimcolbertlive.com. Print them out and realize that when you're doing this, you don't have to trespass. You don't have to go into anybody's yard or dig or swim or anything like that. It not out in the open per se, but it is you can walk right up to it and pull that tail and you'll have it. I'm serious.
It's not the first time a man has said, pull a little tail, you'll have it.
You're gonna see about 2.5 inches of a little black strip of plastic sticking out.
All right, never mind.
And you pull that, and off you go.
So like a little string.
Like a little string, but it's just a piece of electrical tape folded in half to make a little rope.
And then you pull on that, and then it comes out.
It's connected to it, so when you pull it, it'll come out from under where it is.
And then the padded envelope.
And then it's going to take you a month to get through that. And it's all waterproof. It doesn't matter. We're supposed to get some rain next week. It's not going to have a problem.
So it's not necessarily a treasure chest.
Is anybody else like thinking, like this sounds like a treasure tampon?
It's not a treasure tampon. A dasher of hopes have been these great slopes to many a daring soul, but tomorrow will bring another chance to be king, and irony beyond our control. Find the entrance to this land, a sign will be at hand. The name will adorn the board. Neath the sign there will be a black tail you'll see. Pull it and enjoy your hoard. There you go. Those are the final clues for Search Your Ace Off. Again, JimColbertLive.com. Go grab your information and good luck. Here's the thing. When you open the package, if you find it, there's going to be my email address and a key and like a password. So when you email me and you say you found it, I'm going to ask you for that password. And not only do you have to have the password, you have to spell it correctly. I mean, not that it matters because nobody else knows it except me. But this is my fantasy too, so I get to play way I want.
It's like Wheel of Fortune. You can have all the clues, but if you mispronounce it, you're screwed.
Yeah, you're right.
All I know is that this free adventure music rips.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
it's very good.
Yeah.
It feels like what you would be hearing as somebody like stalked through a building or a jungle or something in the background faintly.
But what does the scroll say? It says, if we take a left, underneath a bridge, we will find the treasure tampon.
Hey, do you think, just out of curiosity, that one segment's going to be enough for Ryan DeVos to talk about pickleball effectively? I mean, this is like, do you know how much money is being invested in this thing? I mean, tens of millions of dollars are being invested by some of the biggest name in sports for a pickleball league.
Big deal.
It is a big deal. And we're going to have the president of the Florida Squeeze on today at 4 o'clock.
The Orlando Squeeze. Which
is it Orlando or Florida?
I think it's Orlando Squeeze. And they have a great logo, so I'm sure their shirts look awesome. Size 3 large and a medium.
Right. Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
He's trying to put some pressure on them?
I'm not. No pressure whatsoever. I mean, they're coming regardless. 3 large and a medium. That medium, right?
Yeah, that's great.
God, it would be awful to get free T-shirts and some free beer today. That would be the worst thing ever.
3 large and a medium.
Yeah, by the way, big thanks to Elixir, our friends over there downtown Orlando, for providing food today. I will say it again, the most underrated wing in all of Central Florida is at Elixir Orlando. The fight's coming up tomorrow night. Our buddy Angel Rivera from the Monsters of the Morning will be there at 10 o'clock. It's free. Find your parking, slide on in. There's no cover charge. Plenty of drink and food specials all night long.
If you want a table, you have to reserve it. I don't know if they still have any left, but you have to call in advance. So go to elixirorlando.com, get the number, reach out to them if you want to hold a table for the fight. But no cover. You get to watch the fight tomorrow night.
You got it. Somebody makes a very good point. Yes, I will answer the email. 407-916-1041. Text us at 77031. Deb, what's coming up for news?
Well, 2 young suspects are arrested following a deadly shooting of 3 other teens. All of Central Florida is under a severe drought status. And what the Florida? A nude burglar covered in grease, blood, and peppermint oil Let's just stop there.
Yeah, I know what was playing in his mind, though. His dark adventure music.
Yeah, we'll tell you what his adventure was and more coming up next during Woke News.
He's creepy, but he smells fantastic. All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031 Debs News. More of the Jim Colbert Show right after this.
You're listening to the Jim Colbert Show. This is Real Radio 104.1 on your phone with the iHeartRadio app and on hundreds of devices like Alexa, Google Home, Xbox, and Sonos. We are an iHeartRadio station.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
The northbound Boggy Creek Road is shut down due to an accident just east of Spring Lake Village Boulevard. Consider the Turnpike or Narcoossee Road for an alternate. Northbound travel on the Turnpike slow from a crash taking up the right lane before US 192. Southbound travel on the Turnpike also slow between 417 and Osceola Parkway. Avoid northbound Kirkland Road at Metro West Boulevard. See traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. If it's possible to have too much pepperoni on one pizza, then Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico pushes the limit deliciously. Order one today at marcos.com. Marco's. Pizza lovers get it.
Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex is a top 10 TripAdvisor Traveler's Choice winner year after year. The only place you can check out the excitement of thundering rocket launches up close and see the spacecraft that are blazing the trail for tomorrow's discoveries. And, of course, you guys know how much we absolutely love the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex here at the Jim Colbert Show. You will as well. So much cool stuff to check out. A lot of it's interactive. A lot of it will just blow you away. The stuff you see on TV is right there in front of you. And right now you can take advantage of this 2-day offer. The tickets costing less than $45 a day, giving you maximum flexibility for the entire family. Explore more today and grab your tickets at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
Divorce? Call Trenley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Hello, Floridians. Today is a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, now, by taking advantage of our $69 tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
Call today, cool today, cooltoday.com.
Book your appointment now.
You know International Diamond Center always guarantees the best selection and price on any diamond. But did you also know IDC offers the most value after the sale with the most innovative and consumer-friendly warranties and guarantees in the industry? Like free maintenance for life on any engagement ring, ring sizing, rhodium finish, new prongs, appraisals, all free. Need a stone tightened? No charge. Even if you accidentally knock out a diamond, IDC will replace it at no charge. And while other jewelers require constant inspections to keep the warranty intact, at IDC, no inspections are required. We stand behind what we sell. And when you're ready to upgrade, IDC will give you 110% of your original price towards the new diamond. We give you 10% more than you paid for your original diamond when you upgrade. Who else does that? International Diamond Center, taking consumer protection to a whole new level. Come see us today at any of our 4 Orlando locations or online at shopidc.com. See store for details.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Haley, quote, "Navage is the best thing I bought. I love it. My nose feels so clear now and I can breathe. I've been struggling with a stuffy nose for weeks. I bought Navage and it's amazing." Or this one, "I use Navage every night, could not imagine life without it. I have 5 cats, and before I found Navage, I was a clogged mess. Now I breathe so much better." Unquote. Those are two of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C by treating it with Linzess. Then you could start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
It's the Marketer's Report. Today, Capital One's Chief Brand Officer, Mark Mentry, weighs in on building loyalty with customers.
Capital One has really worked to create amazing access moments for our customers. We will do sound check parties that only Capital One cardholders can get access to, and we can't pull that off without iHeart.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, insights, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Hurry in during Ram Truck Month and discover what it truly means to drive a truck that's built to serve. Ram Truck Month, going on now. And now, finance and get $7,480 in total values on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Don't miss this great offer. See your local Ram dealer today. Total values include combined cash allowance and $2,980 Bighorn Level 2 package value. Financing for well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital. Not all buyers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 5/1/2023.
There's only one place to watch this nonsense. At Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show. Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Your 3 o'clock keyword is GRAND, G-R-A-N-D. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance at $1,000. Don't forget, when you get over there, it'll tell you what you do. You don't really need to know anything. There's no special rules or anything. You pop in the info they ask, which is that word, and you send it away, and boom, they call you when you've won.
Well, the rule is keep your phone with you at least for the next hour, because that's how they'll let you know you've got that cash.
That's right. You don't want to find out that you missed that call.
No.
Oh, my God.
No.
Welcome back. I'm Jim. Ross and Jack right over there. Let's get a check of the news. Here's Deb.
And now, it's time for Woke News.
It seems like kind of a misuse of the whole world.
On the Jim Colbert Show.
Oh, I thought I was going to get another Deb. There we go. Woke News brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don. Give him a listen tomorrow morning when he's host of the Home Loans Radio Show.
Don.
Well, if you were like me this morning and watching this Marion County Sheriff's Office press conference, you're thinking, man, let's see how long before this latest Florida story becomes a national headline. And it did not take long at all, and that's because it's just an unbelievable story. 2 young suspects are in custody in connection to the deaths of 3 teenagers in Marion County. Marion County Sheriff Billy Wood says the teens were all working together originally when 3 of them turned on the other 3, and that's when this absolutely tragic case happened. Wood says 12-year-old Christopher Atkins and 17-year-old Robert Robinson were charged with first-degree murder last night. They're accused of shooting 16-year-old Layla Silvernail along with another 16-year-old girl and a 17-year-old boy in the Ocklawaha area last week. Deputies believe all 3 of the teens had been killed at the same time, although they found their bodies at different times. Deputies are still searching for a third suspect, 16-year-old Tahi Bruton. Sheriff Woods says all 3 suspects have been known to commit burglaries and robberies in the area, which is how they reportedly got a hold of a gun.
Wow, man. Unbelievable.
Yeah,
12 years old.
12 years old.
And they released that dude's name and going to charge him with first-degree murder,
yeah.
too. There's no juvenile with that, man. They're like, nah, sorry.
Yep.
Here's your name.
Yep.
'Cause
Goodbye.
usually they protect that.
They do usually, but this is 3 counts of first-degree murder.
Goodbye, rest of your life.
Yeah, exactly, before it even got started.
National story. It's trending everywhere.
Everywhere.
Every major news agency has the story.
Well, another absolutely egregious Florida story as loved ones are saying their final goodbyes to Pinellas County mother and her toddler after they were murdered last week. A funeral was underway for 20-year-old Passion Jeffrey and her 2-year-old Taylon Mosley. Police say Jeffrey was found stabbed more than 100 times at her St. Petersburg apartment after a birthday party. It wasn't until the next day, though, when authorities discovered the toddler dead in the mouth of an alligator. They don't believe at the time that the alligator had anything to do with the death. They say the child was either placed or thrown into the water by his father, Thomas Mosley, who is currently in jail, where he is also facing 2 counts
Not
of
cool,
first-degree
Thomas.
murder.
Not cool.
That's unbelievable.
Isn't that unbelievable?
Just what it takes to do that to
Yes.
another person, much less a defenseless child.
And yours.
Yeah.
Your child.
Genuinely crazy.
All right, there are new developments regarding the Gabby Petito lawsuit in Tampa Bay. Oh, yeah. Come on now.
Told you.
Her family wants to see bank statements from Brian Laundrie's parents from the weeks following their daughter's death in 2021. The Petito family is suing the Laundries, claiming they were aware that their daughter was murdered by her then fiance during that cross-country road trip and did nothing about it. So they want to see whether the Laundries met, any large cash withdrawals around the same time. Of course, the Petitos have alleged this whole time that the Laundries knew their daughter was dead and that they were actively working to get their son somehow out of the country. So they want to see, on the heels of that Roberta Laundrie letter, burn after reading type thing. So they want to see if there was any large cash withdrawals made around this same time. The next pretrial hearing in the case is scheduled for later this month.
Yeah, I think
or next month, rather.
You could be looking at some pretty serious obstruction of justice charges there, man. That's not cool stuff. I mean, this is a federal investigation too. That could be really bad for them. We knew when this thing was going down. I even posed this question to Ray Trinley when he was in one day, and he was like, I'm not 100 on that. And I was like, I don't know, man. When you look at the actions and some of the information, it just doesn't add up.
Yeah.
You can't do that. And it even makes more sense that it's their parents doing it, really.
Right.
I mean, who would be more susceptible to doing this than their mother and father?
And not only that, do you remember when they were waiting outside for Brian to make an appearance and it was his mother and the cop said, we thought it was him? All of that speaks to, wanting to help him out.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. It's...
Yeah. All right. Hey, Jack, this story is of interest to you.
What do you got?
Because 4 people you're going to want to have 6 inches of a rubber hose and 15 minutes alone with, because they're accused of robbing the Tampa Bay homes of 2 New York Yankees players.
Wow.
And let me tell you what they took, yo.
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
The Tampa Bay Times reported yesterday that the homes of Luis Severino and Domingo German were broken into last year. Severino's home in Tarpon Springs was broken into in June, and thieves stole over
$100,000 for the jewelry.
No, souvenirs.
You probably already know the number.
No, I don't.
Oh, what's your number? He said 100,000.
Oh, okay. I'll go $1 million.
I'll shoot it. I'll go 200,000.
You get a ding for that one, Ross. You
Wow,
get a
really?
ding. $300,000 worth of items, including jewelry.
Yeah.
I got the wrong ding. I got
The jewelry adds up, man.
Oh, my God.
You put a whole bunch of jewelry money right in one pocket.
Now, Herman's home in Thonotosasa was broken into in August, and there thieves stole about $20,000 worth of purses and watches.
Uh-huh.
Investigators say multiple links between the 2 break-ins make it likely the burglaries were committed by the same group of suspects. All right, on to other news. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is promising a new round of action against Disney after the entertainment giant, in the Republican governor's words, quote, tried to pull a fast one on the way out the door, end quote. During that breakfast hosted by Michigan's Midland County Republican Party yesterday, DeSantis said, quote, that story's not over yet. Buckle up, end quote. He was referring to that 30-year development deal Disney made with its board that oversaw infrastructure around Walt Disney World before DeSantis and the legislature dissolved it. Lawmakers replaced the board with another loyal to DeSantis, but which might be legally obligated to abide by the deal. But now DeSantis is talking about building toll roads that Disney would be responsible, taxing hotels. So
just to understand this, the governor didn't like Disney exercising their free speech when they spoke out against a policy of his. So he's trying to punish them when...
No, he's not trying. He did.
When he did, then Disney outmaneuvered him. So now he's talking hotel taxes and toll roads, which would really be a punishment on the people who go to Disney.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah. And again, keep in mind, when the board found this out, and they both have said, the governor and this new district, that it usurps the will of the Floridians. And it's like, no, it doesn't. Nobody asked us. This has always been a fight in Tallahassee, and, it has nothing to do with the will of the voters. You never asked us what we wanted with this.
All while Universal is just that Michael Jackson popcorn eating.
Yes, exactly.
They're just like, wow, man, you guys got to get a seat for this.
The whole time. They're like, I'm not dipping my toe in that pool. I'm just going to sit over here and keep making money.
I'm going to sit over here.
Yeah, I'm just going to be right over here making cash. You guys let me know when you're done.
All right. Well, a book.
Enjoy your toll roads.
Yeah. A book about Holocaust diary writer Anne Frank is no longer available in a Central Florida public school district. An illustrated adaptation of the diary of Anne Frank was removed from Indian River County school libraries. Now, according to the report, the book was removed from Vero Beach High School after a parent group raised concerns. And a challenge to the book, a parent with the conservative group Moms for Liberty said the book is not a true adaptation of the Holocaust and includes sexual themes.
Man, that's not true. There's pictures in it. She couldn't see.
It is interesting because Diary of a Young Girl, which was published in 1952, when her father found her diary in the wreckage of their hidden apartment in Amsterdam, he didn't want those original passages. They were embarrassing. This is a diary of a 12-year-old girl who never thought in a million years that everyone in the world was going to be reading what she was writing, trying to pass the hours while you had to remain absolutely silent. So Otto Frank was really embarrassed about what she had written. And so when it was discovered in 1947, of course, he was the only surviving member of the Frank family and had gone back to the apartment where they had been captured. And it was in the exact same condition as the day they were hauled out of there.
Wow.
And that's where he found Anne Frank's diary. But when he first read it, it was him that said, I don't want my daughter.
Yeah.
It's the 40s and 50s.
Right,
These are the private thinkings of a young girl. So,
and speaking of embarrassing, I'm pretty sure Anne Frank could see. I don't know why I said that.
I think her and Helen Keller mixed up.
I think I did that. I'm not proud of it.
It's okay, buddy.
But I just want to clear that up.
Two Brevard County principals are formally facing DUI charges following separate incidents last month. The state attorney's office detailed the charges earlier today against Heritage High School principal Dr. John Harris. He was arrested on March 24th after reportedly failing to correctly park at a Melbourne gas station and having slurred speech. Then the following day, Lewis Carroll Elementary principal Jennifer Bourne was seen by police swerving on a Rockledge road with a blood alcohol level nearly double the legal limit.
Of all of it.
Both officials were placed on leave by the school district.
All right, speaking of embarrassing, Chapter 2, Anne Frank did go blind. 18 months old, never mind. All right.
I had never heard that.
Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing.
I maybe she was partially or what would have been considered legally blind. I know wasn't it her sister Margot was the one who wore glasses?
Anne Frank was not blind.
Okay, good.
What is going on?
I've got a guess.
All right. Like we talked about yesterday, Volusia County firefighters battling 18 different blazes, one of which has burned over 3,000 acres. It's really dry out there. We've been talking about our need for rain. Like Jimmy said yesterday, though, hopefully starting Sunday, Easter Sunday, we're going to start getting several days of rain thanks to a system actually sitting off the coast of Florida. But in the meantime, all of Central Florida is experiencing a severe drought. The U.S. Drought Monitor released its latest map this week and shows much of the state's central area as well as east and west coast facing severely dry conditions. This means the risk for fires in our area is only going to continue to grow until there's significant rainfall. One little shower isn't going to dampen the ground enough. So as a way to prevent wildfires, several counties are under a burn ban. Firefighters have battled over 1,000 fires just so far this year, and that's almost half of what we had all of last year. So we're already way ahead of the bar. Agriculture Commissioner Wilton Simpson says most fires start accidentally. So think about having the family over this weekend. You're grilling. You think you put the grill out completely.
Right. Yep.
This is the time of year. Go back and double check that grill because he says, that's usually where a catastrophic fire can simply begin.
Yep.
Well, while we're worrying about fires, some Volusia County residents are looking to rebuild from last year's hurricanes are running out of time. Construction on seawalls needs to start by May 1st before turtle nesting season begins, but many residents are still waiting for the state to approve their construction permits. Daytona Beach Shores Commissioner Richard Bryan met with residents yesterday to discuss their options, and one Wilbur by the Sea resident says most of his home fell into the ocean. So now he's living in Naples.
Wow.
Until he gets his permits approved. And we've seen this before. Residents are telling News 6 that they're hoping the county can pressure the state so that they can get back to normal.
Sure, yeah.
Put a little bit more pressure on them or try and come up with some ways where they can still do right by sea turtle nesting season, but help these folks shore up their homes before another hurricane season comes barreling down the road. Still on the coast, SpaceX had another successful launch to celebrate. A Falcon 9 rocket blasted off from Cape Canaveral at 12:30 this morning. The rocket was carrying a communications satellite for Intelsat. And while that was going on, details are emerging about an upcoming crewed launch to the International Space Station. NASA, SpaceX, Axiom Space, and the Saudi Space Commission held a press conference yesterday to discuss the upcoming X-2 mission. They announced the launch at Kennedy Space Center will take place no sooner than May 8th.
Damn.
At 10:43 p.m.
Damn.
4 astronauts in a Dragon capsule are expected to dock at the ISS 2 days later.
Oh, you said Dragon? Don't tell DeSantis.
While there, they'll spend 12 days working on experiments that could lead to breakthroughs in cancer prevention and treatment. Wouldn't that be awesome? They'll also help Axiom towards its goal of building a commercial space station to replace the ISS by 2030.
Wow.
Time's a ticking.
That's unbelievable, man.
Isn't it? That's like,
Genuinely
it's like 7 years away.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Real quick. Parents may be thinking about putting real Easter bunnies in their kids' baskets, but beware. It's one of those seasons where you kind of warn about animal things.
Right. Don't just buy one. Buy like 9 of them.
Well, no, but Broward Humane Society Sherry Walker says bunnies are expensive. They're very high-maintenance pets. So for them in Broward County, they're hosting a Bunny Basics Zoom meeting to show people how to care for them. But she also says bunnies don't like to be held. They require daily exercise and they're super social, so they normally do better in pairs. And also, once they reach sexual maturity, the males will probably need to be neutered. There's a reason why rabbits are used as the symbol of fertility.
Nice.
Yeah,
They
so
get down and they have a lot of litters.
Oh, yes.
They're terrible pets, by the way.
They are just they're a lot of work.
They're bad.
You got to know what you're getting into. Don't let the cuteness of a baby bunny let you think that that's what the animal is going to be a year later.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to cuddle it and tickle its tummy. They don't do that.
No, they don't.
They're not cuddly animals at all.
Not necessarily. Yeah, you gotta do your research.
Yeah.
And then the Kennel Club is reminding dog owners to keep candy away from your dogs during Easter time. Data from Agria Pet Insurance shows a 123% spike in cases of canine chocolate poisoning over the holiday last year. Think about it. Kids go through their basket. They're starting the Easter egg hunt. Everyone runs outside, leaves the chocolate, which the dog gorges on. An expert from the Kennel Club adds that dogs' keen sense of smell allows them to sniff out treats, making it especially important to take precautions.
And they love sweets.
Oh, yeah.
The wrappers, too.
Yeah, the wrappers, too, yeah.
The kid tosses that away, and they think they're good, and the dog will go right to that trash.
Man, I had a dog. I had a 10-pound miniature dachshund eat a 3-pound chocolate bunny once.
Whoa.
And we thought for sure she was going to die, and it didn't even phase her.
Were you disappointed?
No, I wasn't disappointed, but I was really scared for her because, I mean,
Yeah.
she sat there like a little roly-poly. We called the vet. The vet said, I mean, what are we going to do, you know?
There's no, I don't even know if making her vomit.
She just powered through it, kid. She just
Those
powered right
dachshunds.
through it. She was ready to go the next day. You can't kill those dachshunds. These are roaches of dogs.
Activated charcoal is a big thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing to have on hand. All right, a Hebrew Bible that's believed to be the oldest in the world is going on auction. Do you have this story?
No.
Okay. With the bidding expected to start at, what do you think bidding is going to start at for the world's oldest Bible? Jack, you go first.
$100,000.
Buddy, that's not even in the room.
Nope.
Oh, you do know?
Yeah, I mean, I have an idea because I know what one of these things sold for a while back. 100G is not even in the room.
Ross?
I'm going to go with 1.8 million.
All right. Jimmy, even though you know, you want to take a little stab
Well,
at
I
it?
know what the one before, I know what one was estimated. I'll go higher than Ross. I'll go to 2.3.
Well, you are the closest, but it's expected to start at $30 million.
Wow.
This edition was written entirely in Hebrew more than 1,100 years ago, and then it went missing for centuries. After the Syria synagogue it was in burned down, the Bible resurfaced in 1929, and after spending decades in private collections, it was recently brought to a Manhattan auction house. Many predict the Bible will break the record for, quote, the most expensive book or historical document when it's auctioned off in May. The current record holder is $43 million in 2021 for a first printing of the U.S. Constitution.
Wow, really?
And then finally, someone who could really use the Lord is a naked, bloody man covered in grease and peppermint oil.
God, this is a great story. Listen, that's a great tease. Give it to me.
After he broke into two DeBerry homes, hopped into a swimming pool, and then hopped onto a trampoline before staying still early today so he could be arrested by Volusia County deputies.
Wow, man.
Deputies were called at about 2 o'clock this morning to a home on East High Banks Road. After a burglary was reported, investigators say they found 34-year-old Blake Tokman.
Had to be a Blake.
Yeah, Anna Tokman.
Had smashed out the windows of one home, also broke into another. He appeared...
He's lucky to be alive.
...to be under the influence of an unknown substance. And here's why it's unknown. Because they said it took 4 deputies to arrest him. 4.
Probably PCP.
Deputies to arrest him. 3 more medical professionals to secure him to a stretcher.
Yeah, that sounds like PCP to me.
And while they were doing that, Tokman kicked or struck 3 of the deputies, lacerating the arm of one of them. He was taken to the hospital to be evaluated before being booked into the Gray Bar Hotel over in Volusia County.
Did they give him that Markeith massage?
That package?
Oh, yeah. I'll take the number 3. I think that one gets my eye out.
Hey, I didn't sign up for that.
All right, yeah. What's wrong with his eye? It's like somebody kicked it out while it was on the ground or something.
Hey, that's an extra part of the massage. And now you all are officially woke, and Woke News is brought to you by Home Loans Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Now, did you know that mortgage guy, Don, does a live radio show every Saturday morning? He does. Each week on Saturday mornings right here on Real Radio 104.1 at 9:30. He answers your questions live on the air. But if you're busy Saturday mornings, don't worry. It's okay. You can still listen to the past 170-plus informative episodes that pull back the curtain and really explain the mortgage business to you at That Mortgage Guy Don, or wherever you download your podcast, like at the free iHeartRadio app. Peace of mind at your fingertips at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thanks, Deb. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Grand is your 3 o'clock keyword. We got about 15 minutes or so to get in there and try to get that one in. Grand, again, is your 3 o'clock keyword. Back in a sec with Embers Only right after this.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. On this Friday, we have another hot day ahead. Afternoon highs near 90 degrees through the Orlando metro. A mix of sun and clouds expected, and the chance for a stray shower or two a little bit later this afternoon. Wake up temperatures for your Saturday in the upper 60s. Hot again on Saturday, but a bit of a dip in temperatures for your Easter Sunday with the rise in rain chances. I'm Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Northern Tool and Equipment. Whether you are spraying down the shop or getting winter's grime off your own home, a pressure washer from Northern Tool says you're serious about spring cleaning. From all-electric Power Horse to Honda-powered Northstar models, they've got the right machine for any type of clean. Northern Tool and Equipment, we're made for this.
This month, utility companies raised the rate another 4%. They're thinking about doing another rate increase as well. But you can stop going along with these rate increases and go solar with Solar Bear. Solar Bear happens to be the highest rated and reviewed solar company in the state. They're locally owned and operated. That means no subcontractors, just their employees. Visit solarbear.com today and get your free estimate. Find out what they can do for you. Simply amazing stuff. Get 0 down, 0% interest and no payments for 12 months with credit approval as well. Say goodbye to your electric bill, but say hi to Solar Bear. Solarbear.com.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking. By you. Donate at V.org, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Join Jim Colbert on The Jim Colbert Show for his Cigar of the Week segment every Friday afternoon at 3:45. You can pick up these featured cigars at all 3 Corona Cigar Company locations, Dr. Phillips, Heathrow, and downtown. Learn more at coronacigar.com.
As a parent, you're probably unsure what college will look like for your child in the future. Rest assured, Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. There's no way to know what type of higher education your child will pursue years from now. But whether it's a 2-year state college, 4-year university, trade, or technical school, in-state or out, our flexible 529 prepaid plans will help you pay for it, so you can plan on giving your child the best future possible. Open enrollment ends April 30th. Find your plan today.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Leonard Skinner. ZZ Top. 2 American institutions unite. The Sharp-Dressed Simple Man Tour. Saturday, July 22nd, Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater. With special guest, Uncle Cracker. On sale now at livenation.com. Part of the Clean Earth Systems Concert Series.
When you think of power, think $3,000 in cash power every hour. Saturday, April 8th at the Daytona Beach and Orange City Racing and Kart Clubs. $3,000 cash power hours are back. Starting at 11 a.m. through midnight, you can win $1,000 cash every 20 minutes. And now there's 2 Power-Up Saturdays at the Daytona Beach Racing and Kart Club at I-4 and I-95, or Orange City Racing and Kart Club just off I-4, exit 111B on Saxon Boulevard.
Some people don't do well under pressure. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we do it best. Whether you're spraying down the shop or getting the winter grime off your house, a Northern Tool pressure washer says you're serious about spring cleaning. From an all-electric Power Horse to a Honda-powered Northstar, we'll help you build your perfect cold or hot water package with all the chemicals, attachments, and everything you need for the job ahead. Northern Tool and Equipment. We're made for this. Come see us in store or shop online at northerntool.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Hear new music first on your free iHeartRadio app.
This is Lars.
James from Metallica here.
And this is iHeartRadio.
What's up? This is Mike Shinoda from Linkin Park.
We're the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. Playing now on your completely free iHeartRadio app, where the biggest stars in the world connect with you.
I can't wait for what's next. Even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation and irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, the Pixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Are you offended yet? Obviously, we're only kidding. You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show.
Let's get started. 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Hope you're enjoying your fabulous Friday as we head into the weekend. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Ross.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
And Jackson.
Hi there.
Happy birthday, Jack.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, Jack!
Thank you.
Oh, yeah! Woo!
Thank you. Jack's. Do you care to share?
Go ahead. 56.
56 years old today.
Yeah.
Wait.
Or is
Makes
that
me
wrong?
old- it makes me older than Jim.
Is it 57 or 6?
56.
Is it really?
So you are older than Jim.
Yeah, by 8 months.
By 8 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Looks worse.
Definitely.
Ooh.
Look at my gray.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Coming through.
My leg.
What happened, buddy?
I just hurt my leg.
Okay.
That's why I said, ooh.
Oh, I thought you thought it was a sick burn.
Yeah.
Now he's realizing he
I thought you said it was a sick, like Jack burned me. I thought, ooh,
I was kinda-
sick burn. I was like, well, wasn't that sick?
I was kind of wondering what his response was for that, too.
It had nothing to do with how Jack is older than you.
And?
That's it.
Okay, good.
That
yeah.
was the end of the sentence.
Good, yeah, I thought so.
Yeah,
has everything to do with discovering where the bars underneath the console, when you slide your chair underneath it and you go
Yeah.
to turn to your left,
Oh,
you go,
yeah.
oh.
You swing your knee around and
Yep.
it's like, nope.
That was definitely it.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with Jack and Jim's looks.
Thanks for the cards, the gifts, and most of all, that Carvel ice cream
Oh,
cake.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
That
Not bad.
sweet ice cream
Deb
cake.
got him a nice bottle of whiskey to enjoy, and I heard that he also got a something at home that will accompany that perfectly.
An old-fashioned kit. So everything you need to make old-fashions, including the ability to make those larger ice balls, ice cubes, and the bitters, and the
Cherries.
cherries and the oranges. So yeah,
Standard bitters, orange bitters, chocolate bitters.
there are two different kind. One was orange.
All right, I'll keep going, but that's a little Bubba Gumpy.
Yeah.
It's Angonorsta or something like that.
Yeah, there were two different bitters. I grabbed
Angostura, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I always think it says agnostic, but I don't think that's what it is.
Any big plans this weekend? Do you do that because it's Easter weekend? I know you're.
It's weird.
I know you're a Catholic.
Yeah, it does kind of coincide with the holiday, and I don't know what we're doing. My wife is going to take me away. She's done this before on my birthday, so I know it's going to be a couple nights out. I don't know where.
Nice.
Which is exciting, but also that overlaps Easter. But then again, there's no kids. All the kids are 18 and up now, so
man.
it's like we're not doing baskets. We're not hiding eggs.
Oh, yeah. That's the greatest. No baskets. My wife did. Well, my wife did the baskets for the kids up until they were like in 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
I was still getting a basket up till last year.
And now I just.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yes, it's adorable.
And now if I want candy, I'm just going to buy better chocolate instead of the crap that you usually buy to put in your kids' basket.
Hands up if you ever thought Ross got an Easter basket ever in his life once.
Yeah.
I do not believe that he did.
At least once. If that's the truth, then I want it noted right here, right now. I am making him an Easter basket next year. This man is not going through his entire life without the joys of knowing what it's like to not just find your favorite candy, but other treats in your Easter basket. That was fun.
Is Deb's response going to change your answer here, Ross?
Yeah, it should.
Yeah.
But I have had it
one time ever in your life.
Wow.
But
I was close.
But it was only one time, but my mom didn't really put like chocolate in it. I was super into Magic the Gathering at the time.
It's the weird Easter basket, buddy.
Yeah, so it was filled with like a bunch of like devilish demons.
Hey, here's a basket full of occult.
Yeah.
Happy Easter.
So I got a bunch of Magic the Gathering cards in a basket with some white chocolates.
Oh, that's cool.
Here's a basket with a portal to hell.
It was kind of like that. Like
Easter.
I got dragons and stuff.
All right. Let's do Embers Only, buddy.
Now, it's time to explore the world of cigars, spirits, and other things that make life worth living. This is Embers Only.
Embers Only brought to you by our friends over at Corona Cigar Company. 3 locations here in Central Florida to serve you. These lounges are beautiful. Heathrow, downtown, Sand Lake. You can always find them online, and they have a really nice one over in Tampa as well. And what these guys do is provide you with the best choice of cigars in all of Central Florida by a million, not to mention the wonderful spirits to go along with that, whether it be scotch or bourbon, tequila, añejo, port wines, whatever it may be. Your favorite cocktail, they have it all. Nice, comfortable lounges to enjoy while you wait some time with a nice smoke and a nice drink. It's built for relaxing, and the people there only want to help you when you got to get into this world of cigars. They have everything you need: cutters, lighters, humidors, ashtrays. It's all there. CoronaCigar.com.
They almost prefer if you're a newbie.
Oh yeah, they do.
Because they love to share their knowledge, and they like to peel back and help you find that cigar that maybe you had no idea you were going to love.
And let me tell you something, you're going to love this one right here, because for the money, I got to tell you, this was one of the very first cigars we reviewed. Not this size though. This is the Cubico. The Cubico by Sindicato. And what you get here is a Nicaraguan binder, Nicaraguan and Dominican fillers, Ecuadorian Cubano wrapper. And it's that wrapper that really makes this very unique. Cocoa, pepper, molasses, cedar. They say medium. Man, this is like medium, not medium. It's almost a little sweet because of that cocoa in there. And I will tell you, for the $1, this is genuinely up and down one of the most enjoyable cigars. I have smoked 2 boxes of these myself since we've started Embers Only, and I'm so happy to present it. It's the Cubico Robusto, and it is your cigar a week. Only $8.50 a piece, but if you get them by the box, you even get a better deal. I think it's like $148 a box. Simply amazing cigar. Every one of the cigars in this package, by the way, by Cubico are absolutely wonderful. Try one today. It is the Cubico Robusto, and it is your cigar of the week. Brought to you by our friends over at Corona Cigar. 3 locations: downtown, Heathrow, Sand Lake, and always online at coronacigar.com. Back in a sec with our good friend Ryan DeVos. He is from Orlando Squeeze Pickleball. We're going to find out about the new hottest sport in the nation next.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show. Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Authorities have cleared this wreck that shut down northbound Boggy Creek Road east of Spring Lake Village Boulevard. We're getting back up to speed here, but we have problems now north on 429. It is shut down from a crash between OBT and Plymouth Sorrento Road. Avoid this area if you can. Follow the local detours. Delays continue from a crash north on the Turnpike, taking up the right lane before US 192. See traffic problems? Make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center on Page Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa's panini flavors are getting even bolder, like buffalo chicken paired with creamy mac and cheese. They're sure to be the envy of every lunch. Go ahead. Try a new bold panini today. Gotta have a Wawa.
Tools Ace Hardware has all the best brands in grilling and outdoor cooking from Traeger, Big Green Egg, Weber, excuse me, I don't know what happened there. Got a Ellie Mae Clampett, Weber, Napoleon, and Uni, not to mention Traeger Flat Rock Griddles now in stock at most Tools Ace Hardware locations. And this Traeger Flat Rock Griddle, by the way, fueled by propane and will open up a whole new world of griddling, frying, steaming, and sauteing the entire time, delivering that innovation and premium quality that Traeger is certainly known for. Not to mention previous model Traeger Timberline pellet grills on sale now, $700 off while supplies last. Visit one of their 12 Central Florida locations, or even better, shop online at acehardware.com and get free assembly and local delivery on grills $3.99 and up. Tools Ace, the backyard place.
Are you ready to put some cash in your pocket? Because Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you'll have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. But there is a catch, because there's always a catch. Right. If you get a call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
This Friday through Sunday at Old Navy, get 40% off your purchase. Spring is here. Get 40% off your purchase this weekend. Plus, this Saturday only, get 50% off all dresses. Hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. See stores or oldnavy.com for limited exclusions.
Get hot deals at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Buy one, get one 50% off Magellan Outdoors clothing. And get up to 25% off Adidas and Under Armour clothing. Shop great brands at the best prices. Deals end April 10th. Exclusions and restrictions apply. See academy.com/disclaimers for details.
Hear that? That's the sound of someone experiencing Marco's new bold Magnifico pizzas. Enjoy 2 kinds of pepperoni on the Pepperoni Magnifico. Revel in Old World sausage on the new Sausage Magnifico. And rejoice in harmonious layers of savory pepperoni and sausage on the new Ultimate Magnifico. Try new Magnifico pizzas starting at $9.99 at marcos.com. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
The How to Money podcast helps you live a richer life by teaching you how to handle the money you have in a more thoughtful, purposeful way. Join hosts Joel and Matt for personal finance nuggets that actually make a difference in your life.
Well, the number one rule of cheap travel is to let the deal drive the destination. Bali, it might not be on your radar, but if the price is right, it should be.
Right, yeah. When you take this tactic, it allows you to travel more because you're doing it for so much less money.
Listen to How to Money on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Man, this is a nice truck.
Yeah, check this out.
What?
I changed it to remind me of my time at sea.
Weren't you in the Air Force?
Yeah, but I really love the ocean.
You could save and get $200 with Navy Federal Credit Union when you refinance your auto loans from another lender, leaving you with extra to spend on other things. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Credit and collateral subject to approval. Refinance loans must be at least $5,000 to be eligible for the $200. Terms and conditions apply. Learn more at NavyFederal.org.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
I won over $500,000 playing slots. I do this full time and I would not change it for the world. It's fun and I win. I win a lot.
It happens every day. Regular people are winning every single day. Whether it's $500 or $50,000, anybody can win. Because when they win, I feel like I'm winning.
I came one night, hit the double downs, had a couple of good runs, and won about $300,000.
Anybody could win at Seminole Hard Rock, Tampa.
Must be 21 to play slots or table games. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
There's a place where spring break is even spring breakier.
Dave & Buster's.
Where there aren't just nachos, there's lasers too.
Dave & Buster's.
And not just jet skis, but jet ski racing games, space games, action games, and even virtual reality.
Dave & Buster's.
And in this reality, it's the spring breakiest. Let your spring break loose at Dave & Buster's.
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C by treating it with Linzess. Then you could start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, now, by taking advantage of our $69 tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
Call today, cool today, cooltoday.com.
Book your appointment now.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Insperity, HR that makes a difference.
Stop on by Mazda at the Daytona Auto Mall today at I-95 and LPGA, or shop online at DaytonaMazda.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank, B-A-N-K, bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
You're listening to The Jim Colbert Show on Real Radio 104.1.
There you go. All right. Now we get to the show.
Look at how they listen to you.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us, 77031. Your 4 o'clock keyword is bank, B-A-N-K. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance to win $1,000. I literally cannot believe that all 3 of these shows, as much as we bang this thing,
I know,
haven't had one hit this week. I cannot believe that.
And we have a couple in our little cluster.
Yeah.
You know, a couple of the other stations.
Yeah.
And we had one repeat winner, and it's LRQ. It's the Light Rock station in Melbourne. That's part of our Central Florida cluster. They had their second winner.
That's unbelievable, huh?
I think that gives them 3 for the history of this contest.
Wow. Rigged. Yeah. All right, 407-916-1041. We do have a little bit more rock and roll news coming up a little bit later. I don't know if you guys heard the news. Did you hear the latest rock and roll drama?
No. Kiss or something?
No, Mick Mars is suing Motley Crue.
Yeah.
It's an interesting case. I don't think he has much of a case, but I mean, it's an interesting thing.
He's like the founding guy. Isn't he the main guy?
Nikki Sixx is the main guy, but to give you an idea, there is kind of a falling out happening right now, and Nikki Sixx has a full calf tat of Mick Mars's face.
Oh,
because they're like, they started the band together. They were the OGs. I mean,
right.
So I mean, they were the closest, bestest friends. I think they did most of the songwriting. Nikki Sixx, I think, wrote most of those songs, but Mick did a bunch of it as well. But one of the other things that kind of came out of that's really kind of sticky is the fact. By the way, we're gonna have Ryan up in a second. I was mistaken. The interview's at 4:20. But one of the things that's kind of sticky is this, and I've got a little insight on this. You ready? So Mick Mars. From the band Motley Crue, by the way. It's an 80s metal band for you guys who are younger and don't know who they are, right?
Oh, that band from that one Netflix movie.
Right, yeah, exactly. So Nikki Sixx, who is the bass player and head of the band, really, the guy who runs the show, he seems to think that Mick Mars is surrounded by a bunch of people who are just greedy, because Mick Mars has had a degenerative spine disease for many, many years, since he was 26 years old. He's very old. He's in his early 70s.
Oh, wow.
So he's been, and for years he played a Les Paul guitar, a Gibson Les Paul, which is what Slash plays, and they're very heavy. That's the thing about Gibson guitars that people don't realize is they're super heavy for a guitar to have it, wearing it for that many years. And he's a slight fella. I've met him. He's a really small guy, like Scott Small. He's that small. So, 120 pounds, 130 pounds max, just a itty bitty fella. But here's one of his things. As he was throwing barbs, what he says is this: I retired from the band for touring. I didn't retire from the band. I just didn't want to tour anymore because it was so tough on his body. Well, they contend if you retired from touring, you have retired from the band. But he contends that wasn't the agreement they made. They made an agreement that he would get paid, as the band made money. Well, it doesn't make much sense to me that they would pay somebody for sitting on his ass and not playing guitar while on the road. They already replaced him with Marilyn Manson's former guitarist, John Five, right? That's who's playing his part now. But here's the fun part, right? So on top of the lawsuit where he claims he's owed, millions of dollars, he also lobbied a bunch of stuff that is not good. And one of the things was he claims that Motley Crue's been using backing tracks for years now, that Nikki Sixx hasn't played a note on bass in a really long time, right? And that, a lot of the stuff is just a backing track. Well, Nikki Sixx and people vehemently, argue that is not the case. Let me enter the fray here. In the year 2000, maybe 99, 2000, Motley Crue was coming through town to play a show at the Tupperware Center.
There's a blast from the past.
Right. The Tupperware Center out in Kissimmee. Well, they were looking to promote the show, and this was a really weird time in Motley Crue's life. They were, it was post-'80s metal. That stuff was kind of going away. Grunge was in. Selling metal tickets, even as a band as big as Motley Crue was, still was kind of hard, so they're playing smaller venues. They hadn't really made it that legendary stage where they can just sell based on their status as a legendary show and sell out like stadiums everywhere. It wasn't there yet for them, right? So I got hired as a roadie for the day to stuff their confetti cannons and report there on the show, from the show as they were setting it up in promotion for selling tickets for the show. So there was a guy who ran their soundboard, or excuse me, their light show and all of their electronics and stuff, not the sound, just the lights and the confetti cannons and smoke and fire and stuff like that. This guy ran all that. He's been doing it for years. And this has no bearing on him whatsoever. I won't even say his name. But either way, I was hired to do that. Well, I remember specifically being there on stage, rigging some stuff up. The band wasn't there yet. It was probably 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or no, not 4. It was early in the morning because I was still on the air. It was probably 10, 11 in the morning. They were coming in for sound check a little bit later, which I did wind up meeting them around 3 o'clock that afternoon because I stayed there and worked the entire day. Here's the thing. They do use backing tracks. As a matter of fact, I know they use backing tracks because I heard it played. And then I was told by the crew, don't say a word about this ever.
Ever.
Well, I mean, yeah. Well, I don't care about Rody John. He's fine. But they definitely do use backing tracks. Without question, they do. They did it. Now, I was told they did it to support Vince Neil's voice that had struggled for many, many years after screaming and yelling and blowing his voice out with drugs and smoking and all that stuff for so many years. He couldn't carry the songs. So the backing track basically was the song without vocals, or with a vocal, but the vocal was mixed lower so that you could play the song. Basically, they're playing to a CD. And that's exactly what was going on. And that was 100% true. They also had some backing fill tracks for Tommy Lee's drums to make it thicker.
I heard he was late for a song once and the drums started without him.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, it is, they definitely do it. Now, again, the thing is this. You can lobby something like that at a band, and you know what? A lot of bands use backing tracks. A lot of the best singers in the world still use backing tracks because you never know what's going to happen. You have the sneeze, you cough, you get something caught in your throat, whatever the case may be, but the song can still go on, and you can kind of mask it by turning around or whatever. People have been doing this on stage for eons. I mean, there are bands that play solely live. I mean, like the Eagles don't have backing tracks, but other bands that require on a lot of studio work to make them sound really good, a lot of those people do have backing tracks. It's not that big of a secret anymore. But back then, because it's a metal band and part of your
metalness,
comes from playing live. You know, whether it's bad or not, you play it live. You don't use backing track. That's what pop singers do, and that's why this is such a caustic barb.
Because Nikki Sixx accused Mick Mars saying his ability to play has deteriorated, and Mick Mars said that's garbage.
And by the way, when he said that, I went and looked to see if there were any videos up of Mick Mars screwing songs up. There was one video, and trust me,
in like 40 years.
One video of him messing up the lead for what's the song they did that was so big? Home Sweet Home. Yeah, he messed up the lead for that, and that's the only video I could find.
Backing tracks, though, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not singing, though,
No,
right?
it does not. No, that means they're singing. It means it's enhanced, though, and it's not really a pure performance because it is enhanced.
And they could be playing on top of it. It's kind of like a safety net.
It is. It's exactly what it is. It's a music safety net.
So would you rather have them use backing tracks, go and have a better audio experience, or have them not use it at all, and where it could be more of a train wreck?
You know, I think that's band specific. I didn't care that Motley Crue was using backing tracks. I'm there to see them. I mean, them as a show is bigger than life because of the show. It's a big show. It's like a Kiss thing. Nobody really goes to Kiss looking for great music because Kiss doesn't play great music, but they do provide a pretty darn good show.
Shots fired.
For rock and roll, right? Me and every other person who's ever heard music.
But if I was going out to go see like a jazz band, like Snarky Puppy,
Right,
I like Snarky Puppy.
Right.
And if they were like, yeah, we're backtracks, we're sorry.
Right, yeah. You're not going to get backing tracks on bands like Steely Dan or the Eagles or bands that really did make their fame and fortune by really playing well. You know, that's where you'll get that. You're not going to get that from a lot of, other people like that. It's just not going to happen.
Making a fortune off of just playing well. How long has that been? 35 years ago?
Yeah. I'm serious, man.
I think that notion may... unfortunately died.
But nobody's looking for the Sex Pistols to sound great, or nobody's looking for bands like that to sound great. But there are bands, you look to sound great. Like I saw Green Day, and Green Day sounded wonderful. They weren't doing backing tracks, 3-piece band, mixed perfectly. They sounded great. But, these bands, you have to do that with. And some 3-piece bands can't fill it up, and you do that. I think there's a famous Kurt Cobain story when they were mixing Nevermind. Butch Vig, who mixed that, they doubled his voice a number of times, and they had to keep telling Kurt Cobain, "Don't worry, John Lennon did it too," because he thought it was cheating, and he had to be told that the greatest band ever did it as well to get him to do it in the studio, or he wouldn't have done it. Because some bands are just like purists; they want to make sure that they do it right. They don't want to fake anything.
Mm-hmm.
That damn integrity. All right, 407-916-1041. Ryan DeVos is up next. Orlando Pickleball, the Squeeze. We'll talk to him about the newest, hottest sport in the land.
Facebook, more than a place to remind you of birthdays. Find us and like us. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Authorities on scene of an accident that has shut down the westbound lanes of Alafaya Trail between 1792 and Grant Street at Wayman Street. Consider Church Avenue for an immediate alternate to the north. Delays continue from a crash that's blocking the shoulder north on the Turnpike approaching I-4. We're seeing backed up traffic to Consulate Drive. Southbound heavy near 417. See traffic problems? Make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center on Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. Cravings are satisfied and pizza prayers are answered with Marco's new Magnifico pizzas, loaded with Old World sausage and pepperoni. Try all 3 Magnifico pizzas at marcos.com. Available for a limited time. Marco's, pizza lovers get it.
Man, here in Central Florida, you better have a good AC company when it gets hot, and it's about to get blazing hot here in Central Florida. Is your AC system ready for this summer? If it's not, you need to call Mills Air here. 32 years of experience here in Central Florida keeping you nice and cool, and they're very good at it, by the way. Their techs can service all the brands out there. Don't even worry about what kind of AC you have. But if you do happen to need a new AC, Carrier Factory Authorized Dealers, that's what Mills are. car, and they want to get you $1,275 in rebates towards that brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and certainly turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. These guys are awesome at what they do. They save my ass, they've saved Ross's ass, and a lot of people here in Central Florida. So give them a call. It's 407-277-1159. Find them online easily at millsair.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Marco's Pizza.
Man, this is a nice truck.
Yeah, check this out.
What?
I changed it to remind me of my time at sea.
Weren't you in the Air Force?
Yeah, but I really love the ocean.
You could save and get $200 with Navy Federal Credit Union when you refinance your auto loans from another lender, leaving you with extra to spend on other things. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Credit and collateral subject to approval. Refinance loans must be at least $5,000 to be eligible for the $200. Terms and conditions apply. Learn more at NavyFederal.org.
Hurry in during Ram Truck Month and discover what it truly means to drive a truck that's built to serve. Ram Truck Month, going on now. And now, finance and get $7,480 in total values on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Don't miss this great offer. See your local Ram dealer today. Total values include combined cash allowance and $2,980 Bighorn Level 2 package value. Financing for well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital. Not all buyers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 5/1/2023.
In this week's Marketers Report, Patrizio Spagnoletto, Global Chief Marketing Officer Direct-to-Consumer for Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on building trust.
Trust is a really hard thing to build and a really easy thing to destroy, and we have to be very respectful about that. Our partnership with iHeart has really helped us build that trust and that relationship with the on-air talent.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, conversations, trusted influencers, insights, and data you need to grow. Go to iHeartResults.com for more.
If you've ever considered a career in the skilled trades but don't know where to start, come visit the job fair at Kalos Services in Claremont on Saturday, April 8th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We're hiring for several positions in the construction services industry. We provide on-the-job training, so no prior experience is required. For more information, please visit kalosflorida.com/jobs or text or call 352-243-7099. That's 352-243-7099.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Imagine getting ahead of your irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C by treating it with Linzess. Then you could start proactively managing your constipation with belly pain and get ahead of your symptoms. Talk to your doctor about Linzess, linaclotide. Linzess is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch.
Yeah. We like it when you watch.
At The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us easily at 77031. Your 4 o'clock keyword is bank, B-A-N-K. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your shot at $1,000. Bank is your 4 o'clock keyword. Good luck, guys. We hope you win for sure. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
So is Ross.
It's true.
Jack is as well.
Yep.
You guys give it up good and loud for the owner of Orlando Squeeze Pickleball, Mr. Ryan Devon.
Oh, yeah, baby.
What is up, man?
What's going on? Thanks for having me, Jim.
Well, thanks for coming over. We appreciate that.
Of course.
It's so funny. Jack comes up to me and he goes, "Hey, man, would you like to talk to Ryan DeVos? He is the owner of Orlando Squeeze Pickleball." And I'm like, pickleball? Do we want to talk about pickleball?
Are you kidding? That's every time it comes up that you love it.
The fastest growing sport in America, tens of millions of dollars being poured into its development, biggest athletes in the world committing to this. Man, what happened? Where did the hell did this come from? Out of nowhere. A game you've never even heard about. Most people just picked on the name for a while, and then boom, man. There are cities bulldozing basketball courts and tennis courts to build pickleball courts.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, I will say, it's fair. The name is a little goofy. But I think the pandemic really spurred it on. The ability to go and buy a $45 paddle off Amazon and go out, socially distance, have a good activity, good way to stay healthy. Yeah, I mean, that definitely helped.
And it's pretty low impact.
Incredibly.
And again, I think you say something very important. You don't really have to have golf clubs, or you don't have to pay greens fees, which is very expensive. Yep. This is a game that keeps you nice and active, but just enough movement to do that. You're not going to get killed doing it.
No, exactly. And I think one of the beauties of pickleball too is the accessibility. You can have men playing with women, 6-year-olds playing with 60-year-olds. So everybody can jump in, and it's pretty easy to learn and get competent. So you can actually jump in and have a pretty good rally right off the bat, unlike tennis where you're hitting everything into the net or skying it over the backstop. It gets painful.
It's not as intimidating. The court also considerably smaller. So like you were saying with tennis, whereas you look all the way across there, it seems a little bit daunting as opposed to pickleball that's right in front of you.
Yep, exactly.
Unbelievable.
So
How did you get involved with it? Where did this come from?
I guess my focus is more on the magic side of things, just given the family relationship. And one of the things I love to do is looking at the broader sports landscape. What's going on in the sports world? What's up and coming? What opportunities might there be from a business standpoint? And pickleball really piqued my interest. I played tennis growing up, and so it was kind of a beautiful merriment of some passions.
That's interesting. I was about to ask you. I mean, your family obviously deep into sports, athletics, and sports. Is everybody in the family always been like this with sports?
Yeah, it's a shared passion.
Yeah.
And when my grandfather bought the Magic just about 32 years ago, it was to bring the family together, and it's done that in spades, and that love and passion for sport carries through.
Now, does your grandfather also have, and other people in your family that are affiliated with the Magic and work there, also have your passion for pickleball, or do they look at you like, oh God, Ryan is doing it again? This guy's going crazy. Now it's pickleball.
There are some interested folks in the family for sure.
Yeah.
The beauty of our family is they're super supportive of everything that we do, and they all, big cheerleaders, big fans.
Right on. That's great. Well, one of the other interesting things when we started talking about this sport initially was, and this is the one I thought, as you get a little bit older, something to do with your spouse. Is really unique because, athletically, there aren't many things that, you can feel like, well, I could go do this with my wife or she can go do this with her husband, and it feels wonky kind of. This is one of those things where not only does it not feel wonky, I mean, you could join leagues that have like co-ed teams like that all the time, right?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean, it's, like I said, the accessibility, being able to go and have a social night out with your wife and play at a pretty even playing field is an amazing perk of the sport. Major League Pickleball, where the league that our team's involved with, we have 2 men and 2 women on our team. So we actually play gendered doubles and co-ed doubles.
Really?
Yep.
Now, do you guys have backups on the team as well in case there's an injury, a pickle injury? A pinjury?
A pinjury.
We're working on it, but we'll get it there.
There you go. We don't have backups on our roster. There are backups on site ready to go if anybody goes down. And in our last event in Daytona that we just had a few weeks ago, we actually did have a few teams who had injuries, and they pulled on in backup players, and they actually were fairly successful.
Damn, man, that is so cool. So what is the goal for the Orlando Squeeze? I mean, how long have you guys actually even been together?
We've been at this for about 2.5 months.
2.5
so
months?
We are,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
oh, my
this
God.
is very new.
You don't even have fur yet.
No, not at all.
No feathers, no nothing.
We're building this on the fly. Major League Pickleball has been around for about 18 months, so we're not too far behind.
How many total teams in the league?
24.
24 total. Are they? Is that where they're at now? Are they going to expand more? Or? Don't really know. It's just so young. It doesn't matter.
To say. We were one of 2 later expansion teams, so I think we're probably set at 24 for right now.
Talking to Ryan DeVos from Orlando Pickleball's Orlando Squeeze.
So that's 24 teams in the league, correct?
That's correct.
How many players per team?
4 players per team.
Now, I don't believe you go 4v4 in pickleball, right? It's 2v2 at its most?
Yeah, so the format is each match consists of 4 games. You play gendered doubles first, women, and then men are 2 separate games, and then you play 2 games of co-ed.
Ooh. Damn, dude, that sounds great. How long do the matches usually last? Because tennis matches can be grueling.
Yeah, so MLP has gone pretty deep into the rally scoring setup, so points are scored fairly quickly. So matches, pretty consistently about an hour and a half in total.
Yeah, Jack, question for Ryan?
Yeah, do you have a coach on the team, or is it really up for your 4 players to kind of figure it out?
My God, please tell me you have a maniac coach on the sideline that when every mistake is made, he screams and slams a clipboard. Tell me.
Because if you don't...
He's just breaking paddles left and right.
He's available.
I'm telling you, if you don't have one of those
guys... He's available.
That's the greatest.
So we do have a coach who's currently helping us out. He's actually from California, so all of our players are... None of them are actually from Orlando.
Okay.
We've got 2 players based out in California, 1 based out in South Florida, and 1 in Utah. And our coach is also actually based out in California. So we bring the team together for events.
Open tryouts? How do you do? You draft? Is there a pickleball draft?
There is a draft.
This is so dope.
This is we're converting fans.
There's a pickleball draft. So what do you draft them from? So that means there's college pickleball players that you choose from, or they're just other pickup game players that get the word out that are good, or do you guys have scouts?
Yeah, we are not in the scouting phase at this point. Maybe we'll get there. But there's something called DUPR, which stands for Dynamic Universal Pickleball Rating. It's essentially a golf handicap, which it's a mouthful. But it's essentially a golf handicap. So this is kind of from a grassroots standpoint.
Yeah.
This is what we use to assess ability. And ultimately, that's what forms the draft pool.
So did someone from the UPR come up with the DUPR?
I like it. I see what you did there.
Ryan, do you play, and what's your DUPR?
I do play, and I have not played enough to have a DUPR, unfortunately. I'll get there.
Really?
I'll get there.
Wow. I mean, so you just play recreationally?
Yes.
How often? I mean, a couple times a week, or just whatever?
If that.
Yeah.
I'm
So this is
pretty
busy.
busy.
This is a business venture for you.
Very much so. Yeah.
And is that it? I mean, do you have a true passion for the sport? I'm not trying to to diminish what you're doing here, because obviously you could. But I mean, a good business is a good business.
Yep.
Was it solely that for you? Did you have an interest in the game itself?
Interest in the game, certainly, but I think it started from just seeing the promise from a business standpoint.
Wow, that's crazy.
I do think there is something very real here.
Where's the revenue stream coming from then?
We'll see a few different revenue streams. Locally, predominantly from partnerships,
Gotcha.
Partnerships, and then tournaments that we can run here locally. So paid tournaments.
Yeah, Jack, question.
Well, we have some courts going up in my city. I'm waiting for them. We have 14 courts they're putting up in Winter Springs. But so where do you guys play locally? I know, because our courts aren't ready yet. Otherwise, I'd invite you over, Ryan.
Well, I appreciate that, Jack. We'll take you up on it as soon as they're open.
He's lying, Jack.
So when we had the team here locally, when we had brought them in town before the Daytona event, we actually played out at the USTA, who were a fantastic partner and a great place for us to get out on the courts.
Is that the one out by Orange Tree? Or
Lake Nona.
Lake Nona. Yeah, gotcha.
Well, Ryan, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but I'm a trophy winner in pickleball.
There you go.
Yeah. Worst.
Yeah.
Pickleball player.
Ryan, she's not lying.
Ever.
She played.
We'll get you out. We'll get you all coached up.
No, you're not.
She showed up in jeans and wedges to play pickleball.
No, but my yoga pants made no difference at all. While the guy over there with purple shorts and rainbow socks did a great job. But
there you go.
Because you guys are so new, and maybe for someone who has heard a lot about pickleball, but like myself, doesn't think they really have the athletic ability, would you still encourage them to come out and maybe try out for the team, find out maybe they're a savant and they had no idea?
Absolutely. Get out, play the game. I mean, it's quite easy just to pick up a paddle and go and
I'm
try.
Sitting right here, dude.
I know. For most,
right
for most, not all. But it is. I mean, go play. Really, it's a ton of fun.
So when you go to the tournament, so that you say the tournaments are locally, do they charge to get in? Is it like a real deal tournament where there's a fee and there's concessions and the whole 9 yards?
Yeah. So we haven't hosted any tournaments here locally yet. That's we're 2.5 months in, so we're building on the fly. But we will be hosting tournaments. There will be some probably free to enter and some pay to play.
Right.
But for the Major League Pickleball MLP, we have 6 events across the country that are only for the 24 teams that are competing in the MLP, and they're quite real.
And
Thursday to Sunday.
And you guys have a television package with ESPN?
So it's been predominantly streamed on YouTube at this point.
All right.
It's a great time for live sports right now. All the streamers are trying to get programming, right? And so we feel uniquely positioned to be able to bring some of that.
Yeah, with the attention you guys have gotten recently, didn't LeBron James join this initially, and then there are a couple other pretty big names?
Yeah.
Obviously, that attracts a lot of attention. Was that part of the reason why you wanted to be part of it when you saw those big names jumping on board?
I mean, it's with a lot of really smart business people and savvy folks are jumping in. So it's hard to not believe that it's going to succeed because of that, with all of that kind of might coming into it. And I think we bring as an ownership group, as an ownership family, I think we bring some unique perspectives as well. And 32 years of owning and operating an NBA franchise, I think we're kind of able to help shape some of it too.
Talking to Ryan DeVos here, is the owner of Orlando Squeeze Pickleball. Now, look, you guys went out and got yourself an NBA franchise, and those things, they give them away. I don't know if you guys know that. I don't know if you heard. Not only are they cheap, they're very available. With that said, how hard was it to score a pickleball franchise for Major League Pickleball? I mean, if you're on the ground floor, obviously, did your relationship with the Magic and your family's lineage help with that, or did it come into play at all?
Yeah, I think it definitely helped. MLP wanted to partner with folks who could bring true value outside of just writing a check, and I think that we have already done that.
Yeah, you guys are amazing community partners, have been forever. I mean, you can say whatever you want about the Orlando Magic. The one thing you cannot say is how unbelievably good that team and your family has been to this city. I mean, it's just genuinely unbelievable. Character's always good to have, in positions like that, and your family has it in spades.
Ryan, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I've got to give you a heads up.
Here comes Ryan.
I'm ready.
This guy's about to tell
yourself.
You what to do.
Whoever made your guys' Orlando Squeeze logo deserves the world. It is
I love that logo.
Dopest. Yeah. I hate to say this, but that is the dopest Orlando sports team logo I think we got. The retro orange, that what is that, mid-century almost? My God, that is going to catch fire. Wait, if someone else is like me, how could I buy a shirt, a jersey? How do I get the merch of that cool, dope, retro-looking Orlando Squeeze orange?
Or how could somebody promote your team and then get them for free?
There you go.
Yeah.
There's a good business, man.
I see the angle.
There's my love language.
This is pretty badass. We actually, when we booked you, we talked about this logo for, I think, an entire segment.
It's so good.
It looks like an old ice cream label.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's I do have to give some credit to Jeff here in the room. He helped kind of spearhead the logo process. And we actually worked with a few different local designers. Duvin Design Company was actually one of the ones who really kind of pulled everything together, both the character and the actual word mark. So big credit to Duvin on that process.
That was you supporting local as well, because that's a local designer.
Exactly. Yeah. So we were super excited to work with Duvin. But to answer your other question, I mean, OrlandoSqueeze.com. We've got all the merch. We just dropped it, and we're excited.
I'm going there right now. Let's get
it.
So you don't have to say the number. Was it costly to get into this?
It wasn't a insignificant investment, but I do fundamentally believe in the growth of sport. If you look at most of the sports landscapes across the world, it follows the most viewed is typically the most played. The U.S. is actually an anomaly. The most played is actually basketball. Most viewed is football. Everywhere else, for the most part, China's probably played basketball, watched basketball. Everywhere else is soccer, football. And so we're hoping that 30+ million people playing pickleball, that will start to translate into additional viewership, additional support, and therefore additional revenue streams. And this investment will look fantastic in a year or two.
Now, with anything, we talk about this with sports all the time. Personalities are so unbelievably important. You talk about golf, Tiger Woods, as he's cycling out of the golf world as a competitive player. And there would be arguments, well, golf needs another, Tiger Woods. It's going to die without another Tiger Woods. And I've said for years, golf needs another John Daly is what golf needs. And with that, when you talk about football with, eccentric personalities like Jim McMahon back in the day, or, Deion Sanders, or these guys who are really flashy and fun to watch, and it really made it intriguing. Does Major League Pickleball have athletes like that? Are they looking for athletes like that? Or can you coach some of these people into going, hey, man, we need a little wrestling in this too. We need a little, you can be a great athlete, but you can also have some swagger as well. Are we going to get some of that for Major League Pickleball?
That's the hope. I mean, we want it to be very much a spectator sport across the board, both in person and via whatever distribution we have. And so, I think as more money starts to flow into this thing and more eyeballs, I think and hope players will start to, promote that and get a little bit more excited and start to show their personalities a little bit more. Obviously, first and foremost, you need to be really good at pickleball.
Yeah, you got to be really good.
But there's something to be said for that.
Real quick, because we're running late. This is still fascinating to me because one of the things I used to skateboard as a kid for a while, and when you watch the X Games and watch these guys, the viewership isn't where you go. You go to YouTube videos and see the best in the world, and it'd be like 900,000 views. Yep. And I've always said it's because people do not understand how unbelievably difficult it is. Yep. Do you think that's going to be tough for pickleball to translate? Will people watch it if they don't understand how hard it is, or if they don't play it?
I think it is. Yes, I think ultimately it's hard to translate just how good these people are.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's some of that's on storytelling, some of that's also on getting some more interaction from a pro and a kind of more grassroots standpoint. And anytime you line up and play against them and get beat down pretty quickly, I think you start to appreciate just how good they are. But obviously, you can't do that everywhere.
You can't. But, some of the latest promos I've seen with pickleball with John McEnroe, some of these old classic tennis players have been doing it. That's really good. It really is, because McEnroe is one of those beloved American icons that has spoken his mind for years. And
he's the John Daly of tennis.
Right, exactly. He's been that kind of confrontive, embattled kind of guy. And to watch him play it, and actually was kind of good at it and kind of fun to watch. I mean, those are the things I believe that will really further the brand and really kind of make you kind of pay attention. And of course, all this attention it's getting with some of the other athletes getting on board should be fun as well.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely hope that we get more celebrities and kind of those big names out playing and promoting the sport and enjoying it.
Well, buddy, I can't thank you enough for popping in today. This has been a lot of fun. And anytime when you guys get started up, you're playing, is there a tournament, whatever, you're always welcome to come through and say hey, and we'll promote it for you. Okay, buddy?
Perfect. Appreciate
you guys give it up for Ryan DeVos.
Yeah!
OrlandoPickleball.com. Merch is up right now if anybody wants to get it.
OrlandoSqueeze.com.
OrlandoSqueeze.com. There you go. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it very much.
Thanks, Jim.
You got it, buddy. All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of The Jim Colbert Show.
In a world of ever-changing algorithms, you can still find us here. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center. Powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. On this Friday, we have another hot day ahead. Afternoon highs near 90 degrees through the Orlando metro. A mix of sun and clouds expected, and the chance for a stray shower or two a little bit later this afternoon. Wake up temperatures for your Saturday in the upper 60s. Hot again on Saturday, but a bit of a dip in temperatures for your Easter Sunday with the rise in rain chances. I'm Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. If it's possible to have too much pepperoni on one pizza, then Marco's Pepperoni Magnifico pushes the limit deliciously. Order one today at marcos.com. Marcos. Pizza lovers get it.
Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex is a top 10 TripAdvisor Traveler's Choice winner year after year. The only place you can experience the excitement of thundering rocket launches up close and see the spacecraft that are blazing the trail for tomorrow's discoveries. This place is awesome. We love it. You will as well. We broadcast over there like 4 or 5 times, been to events over there, seen rocket launches over there, met astronauts over there, and you can do all of this and see it up close and personal. Not right now, you can take advantage of the new 2-day ticket offer costing less than $45 a day, offering maximum flexibility for the entire family. Again, it's the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Get your tickets today and learn more at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
Golden Voice presents Power Trip. Guns N' Roses, Iron Maiden, AC/DC, Ozzy Osbourne, Metallica, Tool. You'll have pit tickets for the entire Power Trip weekend. VIP camping at the Safari Tent Campground. All thanks to Golden Voice. Tickets are on sale now at powertrip.live. Powertrip.live. Enter for your chance to win now. iHeartRadio.com/PowerTrip.
Speeding in work zones is not a vibe. But seriously, work zone speed limits are there for everyone's safety, including yours. Respect the cone zone by slowing down, putting away your phone, and giving workers a break. Because you know that driving safely is self-care. And we love that for you and our roadway workers. We all deserve to make it home at the end of the day. Let's get everyone home safely, Florida. Brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Hear that? That's the sound of someone experiencing Marco's new bold Magnifico pizzas. Enjoy 2 kinds of pepperoni on the Pepperoni Magnifico. Revel in Old World sausage on the new Sausage Magnifico. And rejoice in harmonious layers of savory pepperoni and sausage on the new Ultimate Magnifico. Try new Magnifico pizzas starting at $9.99 at marcos.com. Marcos. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
I'm Ellie Anajar of Anajar & Levine. Injured in a car crash? Never rush to settle with insurance companies, and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anajar & Levine. Our experienced legal team will fight to win you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call me, Ellie Anajar, for a free consultation and take back control of your life. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, now, by taking advantage of our $69 tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
Call today, cool today. CoolToday.com.
Book your appointment now.
All month long, Dunkin' Rewards members get a $3 medium cold brew, like the new caramel chocolate cold brew. Not a member? Join on the Dunkin' app. Dunkin' Rewards. Save them, stack them, use them how you want. America runs on Dunkin'. Limit 1 per member per day. Additional charges and terms may apply. Participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassey's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassey's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wasseysmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
I can't wait for what's next. Even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, the Apixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
There's a place where spring break is even spring breakier. Dave & Buster's. Where there aren't just jet skis, but jet ski racing games, even virtual reality. Dave & Buster's. And in this reality, it's the spring breakiest. Let your spring break loose at Dave & Buster's.
Hi, I'm Susan, and I'm a school teacher, and my husband is a firefighter. One day, we got the worst call of our lives. Our son was in a serious accident. We heard Glenn Klausman on Real Radio and called him to help. Mr. Klausman genuinely cared about our son and fought multiple insurance companies to get us a great result. We could reach him 24/7 on his cell phone. Mr. Klausman was our guardian angel.
I'm Glenn Klausman. Contact me at klausmanlaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN law.com. Office, Winter Park.
This Friday through Sunday at Old Navy, get 40% off your purchase. Spring is here. Get 40% off your purchase this weekend. Plus, this Saturday only, get 50% off all dresses. Hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. See stores or oldnavy.com for limited exclusions.
Divorce? Call Trinley and Kramer, TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show, already in progress.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. We did release the last clues for the Search Your Ace Off contest. It's at JimColbertLive.com. The entire poem is up. A $1,395 grill is out there waiting for you in the Tri-County area, Seminole, Orange, and or Osceola County. You can...
So exciting because you have to, when you do this in 3 parts, which is what we did last time, you just wanted to make it to that last set of clues are out there. We had people calling saying they are wandering around. They are convinced they are in the right spot, but they have not found it yet.
I've heard a guy from Tampa said, I figured it out. I'm going to send you a shot of where it is on Google Earth. And I'll get over to tomorrow. I said, send it. I haven't received anything. Somebody said a very famous place in Seminole County that just shut down about a year ago, legendary. They thought it was there. Somebody said out in Chuliota at a very famous place out there. You know, there's all kinds of choices.
Just keep in mind, if you are looking, don't be discouraged, because if we actually gave away a big green egg for every time someone has claimed they know where it is, we would have given away 1,500 of them.
Oh, yeah. Or more.
Yeah. Shout out to Tools Ace Hardware.
Yeah, for sure. JimCorporateLive.com for all the clues. They're all right there. There is a free big green egg out there in the Orlando area somewhere. If you can sift through those clues and figure it out, just go pick it up today. And then you'll have a little email there. You can email me and tell me you found it. Pretty easy stuff. 407-916-1041. We do have another keyword coming up for you at the top of the hour. Plus, Candace Rich will be here in a few minutes for Rich Tip. She's in studio today, so we're going to talk to Candace and see her, which is cool. Did you guys, this happened a while back, the Jeremy Renner thing.
Yeah.
Did you guys, I mean, we all know that Jeremy Renner was hurt after being run over by his own snowplow. In an attempt to save his nephew. By the way, he was 27 years old. He's not like a child. For some reason, I thought his nephew was a kid, but he's not.
And for those like myself who assumed that, it's a snowplow, so he got run over in the snow, that's not the case at all. That plow ran over him in a street, which means
on a frozen road.
A frozen road. There was no cushioning of the snow. And when they describe his injuries,
when you hear his brother or his nephew calls 911 and basically calls for a life flight, he never mentions who he is at first, which I found kind of interesting. But you can hear Renner in the background moaning, and the plow weighs 10,000 pounds. Well, they started talking about. He did an interview, I think it was 60 Minutes, and started talking a little bit more in depth about his injuries. Have you guys heard any of the stuff?
I believe it's Diane Sawyer.
Is it Sawyer?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I've not heard the details.
30 bones in his chest alone broken. The weight of the snowplow was also on his head, and it squeezed part of his eyeball out that they had to push back in and then reconstruct his eye socket with titanium. My man was blanked up. His nephew, if you hear the 911 call, is like, he's in really bad shape. He's in really bad shape. Apparently he lost flesh and bone. He's confined to a wheelchair now, but he is doing some walking therapies to getting back on his feet. But man, oh man, It was bad news. I mean, you hear what happened was he was, plowing a road for the neighborhood. He would do this frequently. Apparently, he's a really good guy. And I guess his nephew was out there, and he stopped the snowplow to do something. And then when he hopped out of the snowplow, it was not either the brake wasn't on, it was still running, whatever. It started rolling forward toward his nephew, which he ran over and tried to jump back into the snowplow to stop it, lost his footing, and then, of course, fell under the tracks of the snowplow.
Oh.
By the way, this is one of those you see at ski resorts. This is not like a home snowplow. This is a real deal, like slope grooming kind of snowplow thing. But that was crazy. Man. You talk about a guy who was just doing great, too. He had that show that Carlos was part of, right? That Hawkeye thing or whatever?
Yeah, but also Mayor of K-Town, which is on Paramount Network, which is a really neat show. Still making movies. Nice guy.
Yeah, supposed to be one of the nicest guys out there.
That's what you hear. Do you think he will act again? I don't know what kind of condition he is now. I saw one clip. I think he's, walking with canes and stuff.
Yeah, dude, he's an action hero.
He said that...
he's an action guy. I mean, I don't know by the time he's healthy if he'll be relative anymore.
He did the Jason Bourne role.
Yeah, he sure did.
I don't think it's so much a matter of the physicality, and it could just be the newness of surviving such a tragic accident. But he just, while I was in the hospital, said he may not ever act anymore, and it's just not one of his top priorities. After surviving this, it's like, is that really what I want to do with whatever time I have left? Since a couple of the first witnesses who had come out to help his nephew, they said at one point they could tell that he had slipped away and had died at least twice on them, became very gray and green, very ashen, and they had to keep, shaking him to keep him awake because he would close his eyes and that color would come on him and they knew he had slipped away because it was, an 18, 20-minute ride up that mountain road before they could finally get to him.
And that's the other thing. When you survive something like that, you hear how close he was to not surviving.
Right.
And when you do, you kind of, I would think you just kind of reorganize everything, reprioritize everything. It's like, why am I here and why am I still here? There's something.
Exactly.
There's something I haven't done yet.
Yeah, season 2 of Hawkeye. There you go.
God, I loved that show.
Yeah, I'm not in that universe, so it doesn't really hit me like that. But I just know when he did the Bourne movie, it was pretty cool.
What universe would that be?
You have the call?
Marvel.
Yes, I do. Actually, it's right here. I have not checked it.
I need the address of the emergency, please.
I told you.
Up on the way. I just had to verify it. What is the phone number that you were calling from?
Immediately. Someone's been run over by a snowcat. Hurry.
Okay. What is the phone number that you're calling from, just in case we get disconnected? Okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
So I don't know. Someone's in front of my house on the ground. They got run over by a snowcat. He's been crushed.
Okay. We have
10 paramedics, ambulance.
Everyone's on the way right now, okay? Just stand.
Listen to me.
Hear him?
You might want to get a life flight out here immediately. Okay, he says he's got ribs issues.
Okay.
His right side.
Hear him in the background?
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, he got crushed.
Wow, it is bad news.
Yeah, it really is amazing.
Well, we wish him the very best. He seems like a good cat. I saw that today. I was actually a little moved by it. I was like, man, that is literally second lease on life for sure.
Don't say cat.
All right, 407-916-1041. Candace Rich with Rich Tips up next here on the Jim Colbert Show.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
Authorities have cleared this accident that shut down the westbound direction of Alafaya Trail between 1792 and Grant Street at Wayman Street. Traffic's getting back up to speed here, but we're still looking at stop-and-go traffic due to a crash blocking the shoulder heading south on the Turnpike. This is right near U.S. Highway 27. Southbound delays as well between 417 and Osceola Parkway. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center on Page Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. Cravings are satisfied and pizza prayers are answered with Marco's new Magnifico pizzas, loaded with Old World sausage and pepperoni. Try all 3 Magnifico pizzas at marcos.com. Available for a limited time. Marco's, pizza lovers get it.
Tools Ace Hardware has all the best brands and grilling out there. Outdoor cooking, Traeger, Big Green Egg, Weber, Napoleon, and Uni pizza ovens. Come check out the brand new Traeger Flat Rock Griddle, now in stock at most Tools Ace Hardware locations. This Traeger Flat Rock Griddle, fueled with propane, it'll help you open up a new world of griddling and frying and steaming and sauteing while delivering the innovation and premium quality that Traeger is certainly known for. Not to mention, previous model Traeger Timberline pellet grills are now $700 off while supplies last. Got to check that out for sure. While you're there, pick up everything you need for the house. Just visit one of their 12 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com. That way you get free assembly and local delivery on grills $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
The How to Money podcast helps you live a richer life by teaching you how to handle the money you have in a more thoughtful, purposeful way. Join hosts Joel and Matt for personal finance nuggets that actually make a difference in your life.
Well, the number one rule of cheap travel is to let the deal drive the destination. Bali, it might not be on your radar, but if the price is right, it should be.
Right, yeah. When you take this tactic, it allows you to travel more because you're doing it for so much less money.
Listen to How to Money on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Committing to saving for 4 years of college can be stressful for families. Not to worry. Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. The reality is, most parents don't cover all of their child's college costs. A Florida Prepaid one-year university plan lets you start small and add a year at a time as your budget allows. The plan starts at $45 a month and it's 100% risk-free, so you can never lose your investment. Plus, any amount you save today means less debt for them tomorrow. Open enrollment ends April 30th. Find your plan today.
Orlando is lurking, ready to protect what's theirs. Because in this wild, it's survival of the fittest. Welcome to their jungle. This is your team. Experience more football. Experience XFL. Your Orlando Guardians close out the regular season at Camping World Stadium against the Arlington Renegades, Saturday, April 8th at 4 p.m. Tickets on sale now. Visit xfl.com/tickets.
Some people don't do well under pressure. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we do it best. Whether you're spraying down the shop or getting the winter grime off your house, a Northern Tool pressure washer says you're serious about spring cleaning. From an all-electric power horse to a Honda-powered North Star, we'll help you build your perfect cold or hot water package with all the chemicals, attachments, and everything you need for the job ahead. Northern Tool and Equipment. We're made for this. Come see us in store or shop online at northerntool.com.
I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we got Jose $210,000.
I had an accident where I was rear-ended. They tried to lowball me, and DeWitt, they stepped up and went after them and won. Injured on the go, just call Mo.
Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Tara, quote, "My doctor wanted me to do saline rinses for my allergies, but I've never been able to successfully use a neti pot. Navage uses suction power, so it's foolproof. There are nights when I'll have particularly bothersome allergies. I'll bust it out, and the results are immediate. It's such a relief. It's become a lifesaver." Unquote. She's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
When you think of power, think $3,000 in cash power every hour. Saturday, April 8th at the Daytona Beach and Orange City Racing and Kart Club. $3,000 cash power hours are back. Starting at 11 a.m. through midnight, you can win $1,000 cash every 20 minutes. And now there's 2 power-up Saturdays at the Daytona Beach Racing and Kart Club at I-4 and I-95, or Orange City Racing and Kart Club just off I-4, exit 111B on Saxon Boulevard.
Stop on by Mazda at the Daytona Auto Mall today at I-95 and LPGA, or shop online at DaytonaMazda.com.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
We now return to the Jim Colbert Show.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for joining us. Gorgeous Friday. It looks like we're getting a little rain here moving into the area. The Masters is delayed right now with weather. Damn it. How am I supposed to ignore what I'm doing here at work if they're not playing golf up in Augusta?
Yeah, it's a tough world.
All right, welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Ross is here.
That's true.
And Jack is here.
Hi there.
Candace is here as well.
Hello.
Your 5 o'clock keyword is WIN, W-I-N. Go to realradio.fm and send that away for your chance to win $1,000. Again, your 5 o'clock keyword is WIN. Good luck. Let's do Rich Tips.
Want to get rich? Of course you do. Well, Candace is here to give you a clue. These tips are for entertainment purposes and are not endorsed by the show station or company. That should cover our ass, right? Anyway, it's time for Rich Tips.
You guys give it up for Candace. Wow! Wow! Wowzers! Oh, jeez.
I love you, Ross.
What's up, kiddo? How you doing?
I'm good.
Missed you last week. How's things?
It's good.
Everything's
you
good?
needed that day off.
Yeah, we did take that day off. we feel terrible about it.
I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guilt is overriding.
What's funny is, you've been riding my ass about the debit card thing now for a while, right?
You did it.
I did not do it, but here's what's going to happen.
Oh, my God.
I did not do it yet, but here's what's going to happen. And it's not because I don't think that your advice isn't great, but... But...
How do you just log on to this thing?
What do you mean log on to it? I'm just being honest with her. My God, man.
I need
I'm
a
just
password or something.
So your points, I'll put it this way, were reiterated by one of the foremost financial gurus that I know in Orlando regarding using a debit card. This person said you should never, ever, ever, ever use a debit card.
Amen.
You should get your credit card with the low interest rate, and you should charge everything on a credit card, because the protections that you get, everything that you get that comes with it is so unbelievably better than using your debit card, and you have literally no exposure to fraud or crime at all doing it the way you've been telling it. And this guy is a baller, and he said that same thing. He goes, yeah, debit cards are a nightmare. You don't want them if you don't have to have them. Don't use it if you don't have to. Nope. He said, quote, your money is never more susceptible to crime than when you use a debit card. How about that statement? Your money is never less safe than when you use your debit card to make purchases.
Because you're legitimately putting your money at risk.
Right, yeah, you are.
Banks.
You're not the banks, not the credit card companies, which offers protections. It is genuinely unbelievable. So that will definitely happen this week without question. I'm making the switch this week. No question. I've lollygagged around. I do this in my life a lot. I can be a very big procrastinator at times, so I am going to do it this week.
Anyone want to bet if he has it done before 2024?
I got the under.
You get the under on that? Yeah, you should take that. Anybody want some good money on Jack?
I don't know.
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen.
I'm curious.
Yeah.
One of the four most, whatever you said, most financial influential people.
Yeah.
Was this wasn't Candace?
I know. I took a little.
No, it was.
offense.
I said he reiterated what she was saying. And by the way, I didn't reach out for this information.
Right.
I did not reach out to this guy for this information. I just saw something that he had put up that I read. I recognized the name, and I'm like, oh, let's see this. I'm like, oh, no way. This is what I've been told forever.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a kick in the ass, I mean.
Well, it's funny. I was actually going to touch on that today.
All right,
on the benefits of using your credit card. So I know that Jack has the Amazon Prime card. Do you use the Chase app?
Yes.
Okay, so in there, in the Chase app, there's a couple of things I wanted to point out. And Ross, you had brought this up a couple weeks ago about is it beneficial to use the app with your card?
Yeah.
And some extra benefits you get. And so I wanted to show you that. Of course, my phone's not going to unlock now. But when you go into the Chase app, at the very bottom, there's benefits and offers on there. And it basically is coupons that change monthly that you can use. So it may or may not be something that you're using right now. I'm going to show you this. And then it also shows you the benefits of using that particular card. For instance, if you have extra baggage protection when you travel or delayed trip insurance, it shows all that. So right here at the bottom, I'm just using Chase because that's one of the cards that I do like to talk about a lot. It is really beneficial.
And
you get 5% back.
Chase offers at the bottom.
Yeah, see it at the bottom?
This
Okay.
isn't just exclusive to Chase. I
No,
believe
all of them do
all credit cards kind of have this this thing.
Yeah,
Right.
she just likes Chase, right?
Yeah, well, I like this Amazon card. It's a great card to get you started if you don't have a rewards card because
Right.
pretty much everyone uses Amazon, and you
Right.
get your cash back right there that you can see. and it's
5%.
immediate.
Yeah.
It's
5%.
fantastic.
Wow, really? $5 for every 100, huh?
It's yes, and if you can Amazon pretty much anything in life.
Yeah, you
now.
can. Yeah.
It's
I bought a
really
baby
amazing.
the other day.
Did you?
Yep.
Harold.
Just think, 5% back.
Call him Harry for short.
That's a girl.
Also, at the very bottom, it says, let me put my glasses on so I can actually see.
There you go.
It's going to tell you what your actual benefits are. So it shows you that you have lost luggage coverage. The Amazon card is actually a great card. It gives you rental car protection.
Yep.
If you decline the rental car insurance and you use your card to make the purchase, that is your insurance.
Wow, really? We just talked about that with Glenn yesterday.
It is one of the best ways that you should always use a credit card when you're
Wow.
renting a car.
Yeah, for sure.
But then you also have that federal protection. Anytime you have any type of fraud, you're not going to be held liable for that. Whereas
Up to $1 million.
yeah,
$1 million. That's what I learned yesterday. It goes up to $1 million.
and you have nothing on your debit card.
Nothing at all. If they take every penny, it's just that's on you. But if they happen to try to fraudulently get hold of your credit card, or they steal it or whatever, up to $1 million you're protected. You would
Yeah.
literally have to charge a plane.
So there's a lot of people that they get so scared of credit cards, and we've talked about this before. I made mistakes in my past, definitely in college, applying for the free T-shirt to get the credit card. Yeah, it was great, and I never even wore the shirt, I'm sure. But anyway,
It's how I got my first UCF shirt.
yeah, was it MBNA? Was that the
Yeah, I
bank?
think it
I
was
still
it.
hold a grudge.
That's so funny.
My mistakes in college had me itchy for a month.
Yeah.
Wow, Ross, they
Yeah.
have creams. So those are great benefits. The other thing about using the credit card that you always want to keep in mind is it's really easy to separate your budgeting. You can go into almost all credit card apps and look at it. It'll break it down for you. Where are you spending your money? On food, on restaurants, and sometimes you really need to take a look at that
I was going to
stuff.
say, I don't know if I want to see that one or not. We did that one time about a year ago, and when we got to the food and beverage part of our entertainment of our budget, we were genuinely aghast.
Mhm.
Like, we could not believe we spent that much money in a month on like food and drink and like going out. Literally could not believe it.
Yeah.
Like, could not believe it.
A little bird in my
Oh,
ear
it was-
at home that lets me know.
It was a pretty good sized car payment.
Mhm.
I mean, that we were spending a month on like food, drink, and entertainment and doing it easily. And when you see that in black and white, it allows you to kind of back off that a little bit, doesn't it?
It can get crazy real fast.
Yeah, but I think when you see it in black and white, instead of just
Yes.
I'm just paying that bill and it's going to it's like giving money to the American Cancer Society. You're giving it to the ether. You don't know what it's really doing or where it's really going. You just think you're doing something good because the word cancer's in there or whatever. But with this thing, it's completely different. You're covering everything.
Yeah. And
you know
other
what's
thing
happening.
The other thing I really wanted to mention that I have not touched on is when we talk about credit scores and people are always curious about what they can do to make their scores better than this, that, and the other. One thing we haven't touched on is credit cards are generally a single account owner. They're very rarely that banks will do a traditional joint where both people are equally responsible.
Right.
And a lot of times when we're in a marriage or a partnership, one spouse will take on all the credit or the debt under their social security number. And that's something, if you have a reward card that you use all the time, you should have a second one that your spouse is primary on and make sure you're nurturing both people's credit scores.
Oh, really? That's important, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
That's
a lot of times women especially
Right.
will get, where they haven't put anything in their name or they're not primary on anything. And so that's just hurting their credit, not because they're not worthy, but because nothing's reporting on them.
And it really, I want to be honest with you, and I've run into this situation before. It puts you, whoever, I'm not going to say woman because I don't want it to be stereotypical, but it puts that person in a really bad position if something happens in the relationship.
Yeah, and it's not
because
just
now
if-
they have no credit, they have no
sure.
financial history, And that's much more difficult to create quickly than people believe. And if you get into a situation where you're getting divorced real quick and you didn't know what was happening, and now you don't have any credit, you don't have any financial history, it is bad news, man.
And the other side of that is a lot of women who have their husbands that take care of everything usually outlive that husband. That husband passes away and they have no credit, but all this money, and they just have to keep bills in their dead husband's name to hope that nothing changes because they can't get it on their own. So you always, throughout your entire life, you should want to make sure you're nurturing both people's credit.
Right. We do it the opposite way at my house. That way, if she dies, I'm lost because I have no idea where anything is.
I'm sure that's very well planned on her part.
Yeah, I'm sure it is too. Maybe from the onset.
So if she goes, you're lost.
Yes.
But if you're gone, she won?
Yeah, she's obviously, yeah. I'm well insured, so, let's just say the pool boy's going to look great for a long time.
She gets even more money if you pass away while working.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, double.
hope that
Christ,
doesn't
that's
happen.
so much.
Deb, what's that glimmer in your eye?
Yeah.
Tears.
So, yeah, that's interesting. So you say that you like the Chase card, if that's the one you're going to do that. I mean, do you have them in order? Because people ask that all the time. I mean, which one do you think is... So let's do this real quick. So let's say you have established credit. Which one would you use?
I really do like the Apple card, and of all the major cards, I like that Amazon Prime card too, because
so
they're really easy to get cash.
Apple and Amazon Prime, plus you can get cash. Let's say you're building your credit or rebuilding your credit. Which one?
I haven't talked about it much, but a great one for even if your credit's not so perfect is Discover.
Discover?
Yeah, it's not accepted. It doesn't have the stigma it used to have for being accepted some places, but there are some places that still don't accept Discover. But I do see that a lot of kids that, are younger, don't have established credit, that Discover is a little more giving with what they're going to lend to you.
That's exactly what I used to start building my credit. I think a lot of people do that. They'll get that Sears card earlier in their life, or they used to. Of course, Sears aren't really applicable anymore, but Sears did own the Discover card. I think did they still own it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think Discover is a Sears product, or it was.
Is Sears still around?
Yeah, they have some stores, I think, and they're
Somewhere.
online. But, I believe they started that as their own credit card company. That's why they were always working kind of relation, I believe.
Right.
And I had a Discover card. I think everybody had. Did you have one, Ross?
What, a Sears credit card?
A Discover card.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I mean, here, let me make a quick phone call. Do you have a phone book?
No, that's funny. What an ass. This guy's a dick. I knew it when I heard him. He's a complete dick. Look at him. He did that with a weird shirt on, too.
Poor guy.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's bombing everybody.
that's why you gave back to me.
So, and then if you have, the credit cards that you load with cash in advance don't do anything for your credit, right?
They do. If you have it's a secured credit card. So you're putting your money up to back it. And it is a way for people that have had, a miserable time with credit or had something really bad happen to reestablish themselves. It's a great way to get started if you need to do that. And sometimes when you have no credit, it's a good way to start.
And it basically just shows the bank that you can run money through them,
right,
and not deal with everything in cash.
Basically what you're doing with the debit card, right?
Right, exactly.
But
go ahead.
It's always a great idea to have more than one. You shouldn't just have one credit card. You should always have a backup, and it should not be with the same bank. So if you have a Citi card, get a Capital One, get a Chase.
Man, I'm doing all this wrong. I usually I have one that right now, so I've got to diversify a little bit more. We're about to switch banks too.
Yes, finally.
Yeah, we're leaving Wells Fargo. We're just done with them. They really don't. The thing is, what? I don't like people who don't nurture how long we've been with them. I stayed with AT&T for a long time, and the reason why is because they do a good job for me when they see how long we've been with them. Just the other day, we had to make a complaint to HelloFresh. We've only been with those guys for 4 years, but it's rare for somebody to be that long, and they treated us like a king. They're like, "Oh, we're so sorry, Mr. Colbert. We see that you've been with us."
Definitely an industry where they don't.
And banking is one of those things like Wells Fargo does not care that we've been with them for these years and run all that money through them for all those years. They do not. It does not matter one bit.
But local credit unions do give you more personal service.
And that's the thing that you told me before. So we're going to make a bunch of changes here because we just need to. It's time to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, and it really gives you an opportunity to look at your finances in a different way because you maybe don't recognize something that's just automatically billing.
Out of curiosity, how many times a year do you sit down and I know that you're obsessive about your credit score, but how many times do you take an assessment of where you are financially a year? My wife and I usually do it once or twice.
Okay, and my husband is anal
About it.
this. Oh, there are
Yeah, yeah.
spreadsheets upon spreadsheets upon spreadsheets. He can tell you to the penny how much money we will have at what day in our life.
Right.
Yes.
But sometimes it's good to be obsessive like that. I mean, if you start doing that, it will become a habit, and that's the best thing that could be. Is just habitually paying attention to yourself financially.
It's great for me because I don't want to mess with my own finances at home.
Right.
I'd love to tell other people what to do with theirs.
Yeah. Well, good job as always. We love
Thank
seeing you.
you.
You guys give it up good and loud. Miss Candace Rich.
Hey!
407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more of the Jim Colbert Show.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Authorities have cleared this accident that shut down the westbound direction of Alafaya Trail between 1792 and Grant Street at Wayman Street. Traffic's getting back up to speed here, but we're still looking at stop-and-go traffic due to a crash blocking the shoulder heading south on the Turnpike. This is right near U.S. Highway 27. Southbound delays as well between 417 and Osceola Parkway. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center on Page Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Jackson Hewitt for your guaranteed biggest refund and 50% off tax prep. Switch to Jackson Hewitt. 50% off is a limited time offer for new clients filing at participating locations. Max value $200. Visit jacksonhewitt.com/50 for terms.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, now, by taking advantage of our $69 tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
Call today, cool today, cooltoday.com.
Book your appointment now.
The How to Money podcast helps you live a richer life by teaching you how to handle the money you have in a more thoughtful, purposeful way. Join hosts Joel and Matt for personal finance nuggets that actually make a difference in your life.
Well, the number one rule of cheap travel is to let the deal drive the destination. Bali, it might not be on your radar, but if the price is right, it should be.
Right, yeah. When you take this tactic, it allows you to travel more because you're doing it for so much less money.
Listen to How to Money on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Jim Colbert Show question of the day going up now. This is a hot one and has to do with Wet Willies. Yep, you find it at Real Radio 1041 on Twitter. It's brought to you by MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com. That's Mike the Home Builder right there. That is the guy that can help you, whether you need a roof, gutters, windows, doors. Mike the Home Builder. You find him at MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com. Use someone local, someone you can trust, someone who's going to deliver great quality like he did for me. I needed a roof because my insurance company said, your roof is too old. I said, no, it's not. They said, yes, it is. So I called Mike the Home Builder at MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com, gave me a great quote, put on my roof, and did a great job. See what he can do for you. Again, the website to contact Mike is MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com.
Hurry in during Ram Truck Month and discover what it truly means to drive a truck that's built to serve. Ram Truck Month, going on now. And now, finance and get $7,480 in total values on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Don't miss this great offer. See your local Ram dealer today. Total values include combined cash allowance and $2,980 Bighorn Level 2 package value. Financing for well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital. Not all buyers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 5/1/2023.
Speeding in work zones is not a vibe. But seriously, work zone speed limits are there for everyone's safety, including yours. Respect the cone zone by slowing down, putting away your phone, and giving workers a break. Because you know that driving safely is self-care. And we love that for you and our roadway workers. We all deserve to make it home at the end of the day. Let's get everyone home safely, Florida. Brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Committing to saving for 4 years of college can be stressful for families. Not to worry, Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. The reality is, most parents don't cover all of their child's college costs. A Florida Prepaid one-year university plan lets you start small and add a year at a time as your budget allows. The plan starts at $45 a month and it's 100% risk-free, so you can never lose your investment. Plus, any amount you save today means less debt for them tomorrow. Open enrollment ends April 30th. Find your plan today.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Listening to The Jim Colbert Show, also available to watch at The Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
Welcome back to The Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Your 5 o'clock keyword is win, W-I-N. Go to realradio.fm and send it away for your chance to win $1,000. Win is your 5 o'clock keyword. Of course, we'll have another at the top of the hour for you right before we get into Ross Thoughts. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack.
Hi there.
And Ross.
Yo, let's get it.
Twitter poll is up. It stems from a conversation Ross and I had off air after Ross witnessed something out in the hallway.
Yep.
We didn't really talk about this on the show, but it's a banger of a question.
Something happened before the start of the show.
Today?
Yeah.
Yes.
With whom?
I'm not going to name names because one of the people are about to find out that I'm referring to them.
Okay.
So it's a member of the show.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay.
And another employee.
And another employee.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the question? What's going on? Why did she just moan?
Deb, Deb, why did you moan?
Deb, what
I don't know.
I'm curious as to what Deb thinks it is.
I already know.
Do you?
I can look in Ross's eyes, look me in the eyes, and tell me this isn't what it is.
Oh, I think it might be.
Oh, it's totally.
Hey, I want to play.
Well, if you go to @RealRadio1041 or @Jim Colbert Show on Twitter, you can vote there because Russ brings up a really good point.
Does he?
And the topic is
all the time.
When
I can't even say that.
I know, it's everybody.
When you give someone a wet willy.
Oh, when you lick your finger and stick it in their ear.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's the real loser there?
The person who got wet willied
Thank you.
is the loser.
Okay.
Let me throw this out.
Okay, so you obviously don't believe that.
I do not. In fact, I think it's an equal loss or the person doing the wet willy loses.
Well, why would you choose to lose?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean,
that's why I
Yeah,
question.
wait till you see the poll results.
If you're going to wet willy somebody, when you wet willy them, the action is to wet willy them to make them look silly, not you. You're the one that just jammed your spit-laden finger into their ear.
As well as the discomfort you leave them with as the breeze wafts across that ear,
Right.
and they're reminded that they have their coworkers spit on their earlobe.
Oh, and
which, by the way, allegedly happened, reportedly happened. This is never caught on video, so I don't think this actually really occurred.
And the remnants of your buffalo chicken wrap are also nice in that package.
and the receiver of it also gets caught by surprise.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. But the person, it is kind of gross though that like Deb's finger. I mean, this person's finger was wet and then has the earwax on it, but you can go wash that.
Exactly. You can wash that off. Was that or an atomic wedgie?
Did you willy somebody?
Jim's head snapped like he didn't know.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I do this. It's
Who got
on
wet
a
willied?
regular.
Who got wet willied?
Ross, give it up.
Larry, she wet willied
Oh,
Larry.
she does. She wet willies Larry all the time. It's so uncomfortable. And he is just an unsuspecting, loving little man, and she goes in there, jams her gnarly slobber finger into that man's ear,
And now
causing massive equilibrium issues. And he rides a bike here.
And now I'm throwing this out here. If this is like a daily thing,
It's not daily.
It's
If
not
you do
daily.
it daily, he knows to expect it.
I've seen her get him though.
Let's go weekly.
They're like brother sister.
All right. Weekly. That means you're doing it 4, sometimes 5 times a month.
Possibly, but it hasn't been that regular. It's something I've just kind of picked back up on again.
Yeah, you know what? If he complained about that formally, it would be a bad deal for you. That's sexual harassment.
No,
Is
what
it
I
sexual?
Oh, yeah.
Or is it just
Not
harassment?
sexual. It wasn't my tongue.
It doesn't matter. Your finger went into a
listen.
hole in him.
There is penetration.
There's penetration. There's penetration.
Listen,
If you wet willy another employee, that is sexual harassment. I'm
Well,
telling
where
you.
do atomic wedgies come on that list?
Well, I don't think that's a good one either. That's got to be. I mean, you're jamming somebody's
No,
underwear
I'm
up
not-
their own crevice.
Well, I mean,
I think atomic wedgies are sexual harassment, like out in the Midwest, but here in Orlando, I think you're good.
all right, good. Well, then, wet willies and atomic wedgies is what bonded the newsroom for 7 years.
Wedgies in Orlando, a pickup line.
Yeah. I think, a
we
lot
have-
of times you try to do an atomic wedgie here in Central Florida, you get a wink.
Right.
Exactly.
Maybe a roommate.
Larry has just crawled into Ross's studio, I
What
think,
does
to
he-
shed a tear.
Yeah, what does he think about
What's his reaction when you do that? That is, by the way.
Whoa.
See, what are other wet willies? Purple nurples?
Oh, I've given those too.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Oh,
What's that one that
those he complained about because those would make him jump back.
Moose knuckle or what's it called?
Horse eating corn.
Yeah, horse eating corn.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's that. Can I come show you?
No, it's a pinch thing where you do that like that, and you.
Oh, that might be the moose knuckle.
And that's the moose knuckle.
Horse eating corn is when you grab someone's upper thigh and you just like get that clamp right on it.
Like as if a horse bit you.
Yeah,
okay, I got a new one. Thank you, Jack. What else can I use?
No, do not do that to him. What is wrong with you?
The man is frail.
He is frail. I mean, do not mess with him. I know that he's your big brother, and you can.
He used to be my boss when I did this stuff to him.
Probably whoop his ass. But
Jack, how happy are you?
No.
I'm leaving my headphones
How
on.
happy are you?
I got to tell you, I think I would react adversely if anybody in the building wet willied me.
Oh,
Jude,
absolutely.
Why do you think no one has ever pranked you, punked you, trip you, poke you, wet willy, atomic wedgie, purple nurple?
I would react poorly.
You're the one everyone expects to give the purple nurple,
I
which
would-
is why
but
Larry
I'm-
flinches when you walk by.
But I'm not a bully. You're the one that bullies him.
I
You're
don't
the
bully
only...
with it. I do it with a smile.
because wow. Hold on.
I
hold
don't
on.
bully him.
Because-
Bring him in here.
Because you smile, it's better?
Look, and
Yeah.
then she laughs.
Deborah.
Well, like I said,
Hey,
this
I grabbed her boobs, but I smiled.
Oh, well, that's not the same thing.
It is the same thing.
It
It's-
is not
it's
the same
sexual
thing.
harassment.
You're right. Grabbing a boob doesn't have penetration.
That's right. Maybe better.
Arguably.
Try it. See what happens.
Listen, I'm not rolling that deal. No way.
I know I don't do well with that. I love jokes.
I do too.
love jokes.
Oh, but you don't like a wet willy?
But you're putting your body fluids into my body.
No one likes a wet willy, Dad.
I think I've wet willied you once in the 5 years
It's like
that we've
you're
done the
French
show.
kissing my ear.
I can tell you straight up, I did not enjoy it.
Okay.
You're French kissing my ear.
So now I'm going to do it even more.
No, don't.
Like, I don't do well with that. I don't do well with any, like, physical pain. Oh, I'm just joking. It's like, really? Because the pain is there. I still feel it.
Well, I mean, what's a joke that hurts?
I mean, you guys had brothers.
There's no jokes that hurt.
Well, you didn't have a brother.
I did not have a
And
brother.
Jack
but I
did
had
not have a brother.
But I did have a pain in the ass uncle.
Okay, yeah, both of your uncles used to
That's just
take you
weird.
out.
That's flirty.
Yeah.
You didn't have your older brother didn't beat on you?
You can't do the horse eating corn on him with his thighs.
I don't
His thighs are way too big.
Oh, is that what you got up to try to do?
Yeah.
That was so odd.
Let's try another one.
It's like I don't do well with
Jack
this.
involuntarily touched him.
Yeah, no.
Grab.
Yeah, I don't want to be pinched. I don't want to. I don't want any of that.
But if he gets you there on your back arm,
that would hurt. That would hurt. That would
that makes you
bruise.
swing. That was the one that makes you just swing immediately because you're like, that hurt so bad.
Larry only whimpered. That's usually what made you stop.
Yeah, you're not a bully. All right. Dude's whimpering.
I'm not a bully.
I can tell you.
I am not a bully.
You are asking a favor of Larry. When you wet willy him, your favor that you're asking him is, hey, deal with this. Can you deal with this?
Do you know how I get back for that? For 7.5 years, every Thursday morning without fail, that man would spend 3 hours of my morning begging me, cajoling me, pestering me. Hey, it's meat of the week.
Oh,
Go see what Jimmy's cooking.
Oh, yeah, he's terrible.
Larry, you go look. No, he doesn't like me like he likes you. Go ask him. Go get some free food. Hey, did you go talk to Jimmy yet?
But Larry, no, hold on now. He is right. I do not like him.
Who?
No, he said I don't like him.
Oh, you do too.
Oh, no, I adore Larry. Are you kidding? I just don't want him to leave my chips alone.
Exactly, but for all the joking of him being the newsroom raccoon, that's a pain in the ass. The repayment is a wet willy, a purple nurple.
Listen, man. Listen. You can bully when you want to bully. You can rationalize it however you want. I'm glad. I'm glad I'm not on the receiving end of your bullying.
Yeah. I would not enjoy it.
Yeah. I don't want to be part of that.
Be nice to dead.
You can be part of your own street gang, kid. You're so tough. I'm terrified over here. Please don't willy me. All right,
your willy is safe. Don't worry.
I'm just happy we're in radio because we're wearing headphones.
Yeah.
We got Deb.
I got the
protectors.
blockers.
Yeah.
Hey, so there's an interesting story out of Reuters today about Tesla. Did you guys happen to see this by any chance?
Another one blow up or something?
No, this one actually is even more interesting. So this is out of London and San Francisco. Tesla is now assuring millions of its electric car owners that their privacy is and will always be enormously important to them because what's happened is this. Between 2019 and 2022, groups of Tesla employees have been privately sharing via internal messaging system highly invasive videos and images recorded by their car that they didn't even know existed.
Whoa.
Oh.
The cameras on those things sometimes roll when you don't know they're rolling, as if, let's say, in your garage at your house while you're walking through your house naked, coming out to the washing machine to, get clothes that are just dried as you're going out one night. Or let's say in your garage and you live in a private estate and you walked out to your house, out to your car nude to go find something that you left in your car, and it takes a video of it, saves it. When you take your car in for service, when they go to download or upgrade the software, all of that is accessible to them. They've been downloading it and sharing it internally in the company.
Whoa. Bad boy.
Bad everybody.
Yeah, that's not good.
It said some of the recordings are very embarrassing. One ex-employee described a man approaching the vehicle completely naked, like I was telling you guys. Road rage incidents. One of them recorded the guy hit a kid on a bike and ran. And when they did the update, they found the crime on that.
Well, that one I'm kind of
that one actually worked out great.
I mean, you would think that this is like a bankrupt situation.
Yeah, no, it's not. It says we could see inside people's garages and inside their private property. So let's say a Tesla had something in their garage that was distinctive. People would post those kind of things that you would see it. And it said that they actually even knew that Elon Musk himself had purchased. Do you guys remember the movie, The Spy Who Loved Me? James Bond movie?
Yeah.
And it had that Lotus car that was like a submarine that it went under the water. It drove in and it became a submarine. It was Lotus. Well, that was obviously it's a prop car. Well, Elon Musk bought that car for $960,000 as a movie prop, and it's in his garage. And nobody knew it until Elon Musk's very own Tesla went in for service. And one of the employees saw the thing on his camera as it was inside his other garage. It recorded everything in his garage and sent the video out.
That dude still have a job?
Yeah, well, no, this is the whole company doing it for 3 years. Inside the company, an instant messaging system, they've been sharing this stuff back and forth.
How did it not come out before now?
Yeah, I don't even know.
especially with all the Twitter and the Tesla questions with the stock and the, I'm selling stock and the.
Yeah, Musk did not. Now, this is Reuters, of course. This is not,
that's one of the most respected news sources.
Yeah, it says to report the story, Reuters contacted more than 300 former Tesla employees who had worked at the company over the past 9 years and were involved in developing its self-driving system. More than a dozen agreed to answer questions, all speaking upon anonymity.
I was going to say, because they all have NDAs.
Oh, yeah. It says also inside you can maybe hear some of the audio they're talking.
Oh.
It is bad, man. It's just kind of crazy. It says 2 ex-employees said they weren't bothered by sharing the images, saying that customers had given their consent or that people long ago had given up any reasonable expectation of keeping personal data private. Others said, and that's a very important thing. We talk about that with Glenn and Ray and those guys about that expectation of privacy. And what they're saying is because you agreed to the contract that this, to use a vehicle that has this much information gathering technology, that basically just by buying the vehicle, that you basically understand that you do not have a reasonable private rights of privacy in that car because of what it can do, which is complete horse S. I mean, I think we all know that. I think everybody expects a reasonable right to privacy in the cabin of their own vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody expects to be listened to or monitored
filmed
while driving their own vehicle and filmed. And it did do that, by the way.
Unless you film yourself and upload it or something.
Yeah.
And then the whole voice thing,
that cloud.
Depending on what state it happens in, Florida's a 2-party consent state.
Yeah.
So
it says here, another one said, I'm bothered by it. Now, this person was really upset by it.
Yeah, I'm bothered by it.
He goes, I'm bothered by it because the people who buy the cars, I don't think they know what their privacy is. Like, they don't even understand what their own privacy is. It's not respected. Quote, we could see them doing laundry and really intimate things. We could see their kids.
See, I don't want to buy a car that's like, we use cookies. Or do you allow that to happen?
Exactly.
We're going to share your data.
Yeah. One person at the University of Boston, who's part of the Cybersecurity and Privacy Institute at Northeastern, said that this is reprehensible, what the employees were doing sharing this information, because they were gathering it illegally, by the way.
So there's 2 issues right here. One is there the disclosure and the understanding of the owner of the vehicle that this occurs? Is there any type of wording that says this vehicle will record at random times, at triggered a proximity trigger? So if you are walking near this car, it will record you regardless of what you are wearing.
Right.
And then the second one is the fact that the employees are using this and then sharing that.
Yeah, that's an internal issue with Tesla for sure. But the other one is that's a federal constitution kind of issue. Yeah. It says to develop self-driving car technology, Tesla collects the vast drove of data from its global fleet of several million vehicles. The company requires car owners to grant permission on the car's touchscreens before Tesla collects the data. It says your data belongs to you, it says on the website.
Yeah, but that's troubling because the data that would help them develop a self-driving vehicle is not needed when it's parked in my garage watching me do laundry.
Really?
So
you're
that
right.
completely
That has nothing to do with driving the vehicle, right?
And then it also shows that with employees sharing it, that that's the issue. The company as the umbrella can say, we care about your data, we care about your privacy. It's who you employ
right.
underneath that umbrella. If they don't care, then that blanket statement means nothing.
I'll give you an idea of how tight this is. Ready? In recent years, Tesla's car camera system has drawn controversy. In China, some government compounds and residential neighborhoods have banned Teslas because of concerns about its cameras.
Oh, take that, TikTok.
This is just like
it is TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, how's that feel, China?
Tat.
How's that feel, China?
Exactly.
We know about your parking lots. Pretty crazy, man. It says in February, the Dutch Data Protection Authority said it had concluded an investigation of Tesla over possible privacy violations regarding Sentry Mode, a feature designed to record any suspicious activity when a car is parked and alert the owner. So when you put this thing in Sentry Mode, it's going to record everything around it. But if you forget to take it out of Sentry Mode, it's going to continue to take those images and recordings.
Well, I think of that every time I park near a Tesla because I know that Sentry Mode, it's caught many cases of the car being keyed or someone trying to break in, because there is cameras front, side, and back
Everywhere.
on those Teslas.
Everywhere.
I think of that every time I park next to one. However, that's out in a public space in a parking lot. That's not in your garage.
All right, 407-916-1041. Text us 77031. 5 o'clock keyword is win, W-I-N. Go to realradio.fm. Send that away for your chance to win $1,000. Right now, though, load them up. It's time for trivia.
We have a prize. Get on board at 407-916-1041. Jim Colbert Show Trivia is brought to you by Cento Family Moving and Storage. That's CENTO moving.com.
This is Super Bowl champion Alfred Williams. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
Colts owner Jim Irsay yesterday, some critical comments about the Rams trading away draft picks in order to win the Super Bowl. My question, why would anybody take advice from the Colts right now? They're a mess, a revolving door at quarterback. Their roster doesn't have star players at key positions outside of the Chiefs. The Rams have been the most successful team in the league the last 5 seasons. I'm Colin Cowherd.
Intelligence runs in the family. Innovation runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Every member is waiting to impress. Learn more at MBUSA.com.
Man, let's get you a brand new bathroom courtesy of Rebath Mid-FLA. These guys are awesome. These guys are Dave Dimbauer and his son Josh. They're wonderful people. I've endorsed this company for about 8.5, 9 years now, and in all those years, I've sold tons of bathrooms, and I've yet to have one complaint. Not one time has Rebath received a complaint about their service or their products, and there's a good reason why. They actually do take quite a bit of pride in installing quality bathrooms. They actually take a lot of pride in it. And you know these guys, and when you do know them for a while, you kind of get that feeling. They just simply want you to have a great bathroom. They want you to get every single dollar out of what you've spent with these guys, and they damn sure do it for you as well. They give you incredible products, natural stone and like marble and travertine, all those beautiful colors, and they have trendy products as well. So when you see a magazine that has that bathroom, you're like, man, that's awesome. Rebath can do that with their products, and the cool thing is you hire them and that's it. Once you do, tub, tiles, sinks, lighting, cabinetry, it's all there. They cover it all, and like I said, they have plenty of trends to make sure you are happy. Log on to the website, rebathmidfla.com. Look at those before and afters, man. They're really transforming people's homes into spa-like environments you're going to love every day of your life. Log on today and book your appointment. It's rebathmidfla.com.
Think you can buy a diamond just by looking at its grading report online or on paper?
I've been buying diamonds now for 36 years, 37 years. I have never bought a diamond without looking at it.
International Diamond Center owner Keith LeClaire has a warning. Lab grading reports never tell the whole story.
You cannot buy a diamond without looking at it. I don't care if it's from me or from anybody. You look at one diamond, it's crispy and it just talks to you. It just smiles at you. Then you look at another diamond that's graded exactly the same, and you go, well, it doesn't have the same smile. You know, why?
It could be a lower quality grade of rough diamond or a prominent inclusion, or it could be hazy or cloudy.
Many of those type of diamonds that are cloudy and sleepy, you'll find them on the internet.
Versus the ones you find at IDC. Each one handpicked by the experts for maximum brilliance with sparkle, clarity, and a smile.
I look at, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of diamonds, and then I'll select a small percentage of those.
Come and find the diamond that smiles at you at International Diamond Center. 4 convenient Orlando locations.
Some people don't do well under pressure. At Northern Tool and Equipment, we do it best. Whether you're spraying down the shop or getting the winter grime off your house, a Northern Tool pressure washer says you're serious about spring cleaning. From an all-electric power horse to a Honda-powered North Star, we'll help you build your perfect cold or hot water package with all the chemicals, attachments, and everything you need for the job ahead. Northern Tool and Equipment. We're made for this. Come see us in store or shop online at northerntool.com.
The Peanuts gang is suiting up for their biggest adventure yet aboard the next generation of NASA's deep space rockets. Join us at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex for All Systems Are Go by acclaimed production company Monlove, the new live show that takes Snoopy, Charlie Brown, and their gang to the moon and beyond. Now showing at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Tickets at KennedySpaceCenter.com.
I'm Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, and we got Justin $100,000.
Well, I was in a motorcycle accident, unfortunately. You guys were able to get me set on my feet to where I don't have to worry as much about finances. Injured on the go, just call Mo.
Prospective client may not obtain same or similar results.
This Friday through Sunday at Old Navy, get 40% off your purchase. Spring is here. Get 40% off your purchase this weekend. Plus, this Saturday only, get 50% off all dresses. Hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. See stores or oldnavy.com for limited exclusions.
Hello, Floridians. Today's a good day to do great things. Yes! Like scheduling the dentist appointment you've been putting off for 2 years.
Oh, man.
Like finally fixing that creaky door that drives you crazy. Like getting that massage you definitely deserve.
Oh, yeah.
Or taking time to make sure that your air conditioner is ready to beat the heat all summer long. Do something great today, now, by taking advantage of our $69 tune-up with no breakdown guarantee.
Call today, cool today, cooltoday.com.
Book your appointment now.
Did you know your completely free iHeartRadio app is also your home for hit podcasts? New for you this week, check out On Purpose with Jay Shetty, discussing philosophy, life, and conversations with the biggest stars in the world. Listen today on your free iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio. Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-738-9900. That's 800-738-9900.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1, 407-916-1041, text us 77031. Just a little shout out for all of our golf fans. Play has been suspended at the Masters. Inclement weather up there. Some really bad weather, actually. Apparently, Deb was just telling me, and then I'd heard through the texting service that a couple pretty big pine trees fell near patrons while up there. They've evacuated the entire grounds and everything. So we'll see how it goes with the Masters maybe a little bit later this week.
Is it a storm that blew in from Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it is because Brooks Koepka is leading the tournament, so maybe it is.
How about that?
All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
And Jack is.
Hi.
And Ross has the sauce jar.
All aboard!
Chugga, chugga, choo, choo.
Clickety clack, clickety clack.
I have a pair of tickets to the Orlando Guardians versus the Arlington Renegades. That is going down Saturday, April 8th at Camping World Stadium. Game time is 4 p.m. That
tomorrow.
is your sauce jar. Yeah, that is tomorrow. My God, it's Friday. Ho, I'm drinking today at work. Persimmon Hollow beer coming up pretty soon. That is your sauce jar, which is always brought to you by
Cento Family Moving and Storage. Make sure you call them if you've got a move coming up. They can handle it, local, long distance, residential, or commercial. But make sure you mention the Jim Colbert Show because that will get you a discount. Book them today at centomoving.com. That's CENTO moving.com. What the hell?
They're excited about the beer, Deb.
Yeah, no, it's 2 days, 3 days in a row. I'm noticing something else, but back to you.
No, thank you, Deb. I appreciate that. Ross goes first today.
Let's welcome.
Oh, let's go with Nathan J.
Oh,
Nathan.
We have a glut of Nathans.
A lot of Nathans
Nathan
today.
J. What's going on, buddy? Welcome to the show. Nathan, you there?
Nathan's there.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, buddy. Want to play a little game with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Hey,
All right.
what's up, guys?
Hey, good to see you, man. Let's do it.
Do you want to play a game?
All right, Nathan, this is a very easy game. Got a question here for you. 4 answers. One of them is untrue. If you can find the lie, I will send you to the sauce jar. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. It's National Beer Day.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys know that? It's National Beer Day.
Yeah.
Here are 3 fun facts about beer and one lie that really has to pee. Number 1.
Nah.
The top 5 beer-producing countries in the world are the U.S., Germany, Mexico, Brazil, and China. Number 2. There are about 220 different varieties of hops. Number 3. The oldest brewery in the world is the Weihenstephan Brewery in Germany, which was founded around 1040. Or lastly, wrestler Andre the Giant holds the world record for most beers consumed in one sitting, 119 over 6 hours. Which of those is a lie?
The first one.
No, that's true, man. Yeah, the top 5 beer-producing countries in the world are the U.S., Germany, Mexico, and Brazil. Who's next, buddy?
Let's welcome Nathan.
Nathan B. How you doing, Nathan?
All right, Jim, how you doing?
Good, buddy. We're talking about beer here on National Beer Day. Of course, as we wait for Persimmon Hollow's arrival with some beer. Find which one of these is a lie. Number one, there are about 220 different varieties of hops. Number two, the oldest brewery in the world is the Weihenstephan Brewery in Germany, which was founded in 1040. Or lastly, wrestler Andre the Giant holds the world record for most beers consumed in one sitting. He drank 119 over a 6-hour period.
I'm going to go with the first one.
Yeah, that's the one, buddy. You're a winner.
I knew Nathan would win.
Do you know how many there actually are?
I think there's more than that.
No, it's actually less. It's about 145 or so.
Take away its prize.
But I'm going to put you on hold, and either way, Nathan, you are a winner. That was the lie. The oldest brewer in the world is the Weihenstephan Brewery, and everybody sees that beer, by the way. It's one of the oldest beers out there. It was founded in 1040. Just about 1,000 years ago.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of party do you throw for 1,000 years?
Well, the oldest recipe ever known by man is a beer recipe, 5,000 years old.
That's so dope.
Wrestler Andre the Giant drank 119 beers in 6 hours. So that's almost 5 cases of beer.
I couldn't do that. What's the most? How many beers have you had? What's your record?
In one day or one?
Just one.
I'd probably drink like 14 or 15 or so.
The most I think I've ever gotten to was 11, and it was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah. I drank a 12-pack plus some of Heineken's one day.
Yeah, that's what it was. I had 11 Heinekens. My friend had 13, and we were about to get thrown out of this Waffle House. And do you know what you have to do to get thrown out of a Waffle House?
Drink like 30 Heinekens?
Yeah, they did not like us.
A couple other things you may not know about beer before we get over to Ross Thoughts. In 1983, there were 49 licensed breweries in the U.S. In 1983, there were just 49 licensed breweries in the U.S.
Wait for it.
How many do you think there were in the year 2017?
6,500.
That's a good guess.
That's not bad.
Jack?
Yeah, I'll go 10,000.
7,000.
Who gets rewarded for shooting the gap? Deborah Roberts does.
Oh.
Deb.
8,863. Actually, you may be closer, Jack.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you are. You're a little bit closer there. Give Jack then.
Okay.
In the wife carrying world championships, in other words, you carry your wife.
Yeah.
The prize is your wife's weight in beer. Now think about that for a minute. How clever that is. If you want to win, you got to have a light wife, but you're not going to get as much beer.
Right.
You got to figure out how big of a wife you can have and carry her as fast to get as much beer.
How many matrimonies were determined based on the calculus for this contest?
Exactly.
Yeah. Husband, what are we having for dinner tonight? Cheese? Blocks of cheese.
And ice cream.
Cheese and ice cream.
What year did beer cans debut? Because beer first was actually just taken from the pub in tin pails at first, and then it was packaged. The first packaging was bottling.
1957.
Deb?
I'll go 52.
I'll go 61.
Oh, Deb definitely wins that one. 33 is the answer.
Really?
There you
I
go.
thought the World Wars would have.
Yeah,
would have kept
1933.
Right.
Steel cans. Every American craft brewery combined employs. Okay, if you took all the employees from every craft brewery in America right now, it would be fewer people than work for Anheuser-Busch.
Well, maybe not for long.
Anheuser-Busch employs more people than all of the craft breweries combined in the U.S. employ.
Wow.
And then lastly here, the best-selling beer in the world is a Chinese beer called Snow. It's 49 cents a can.
Whoa.
And when you sell that to 1.8 billion people, guess what? You're going to sell a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I love Pabst Blue Ribbon people more than I love Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Oh, yeah?
I think PBR drinkers are some of the coolest, dopest.
Yeah.
I can't take a sip of it.
It became very trendy to be a PBR drinker. I mean, some of the old school PBR drinkers are real deal.
That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, that's, because it's cheap beer, like Black Label or any of those beers, USA beer or American beer.
Yeah.
You're buying a 6-pack for like $2.50.
Oh, man.
Getting just as wrecked, though.
Yeah.
Just as right.
It still works. You'll feel it in the morning.
What's coming up for thoughts?
Oh, you know. I know. Deb knows.
Oh,
Jack
that's right.
knows.
That's right. Yeah, we
Are
know.
they here?
Are they
yeah.
here?
Oh, they're here.
Are they right out there?
I believe so.
Can I smell the beers?
You can.
I can smell the beer.
The Persimmon Hollow Brewery. They have 5 locations. I am so happy they got on board with Ross Thoughts. To celebrate National Beer Day, we are bringing in one of Central Florida's premier breweries, and I am so stoked. Jack, are you happy?
Yeah,
It's your birthday.
It is.
You're chugging one.
Let's drink.
After the break.
Next.
Holding your virtue as the world crumbles. Real Radio 1041 on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Still seeing some heavy traffic south on the Turnpike between 417 and Osceola Parkway. It's also very slow out of Polk County eastbound on I-4 between U.S. Highway 27 and Osceola Polk Line Road. Eastbound's also slow between Anderson Street and Amelia Street, as well as westbound on I-4 between the Beach Line and Central Florida Parkway. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. Cravings are satisfied and pizza prayers are answered with Marco's new Magnifico pizzas, loaded with Old World sausage and pepperoni. Try all 3 Magnifico pizzas at marcos.com. Available for a limited time. Marco's, pizza lovers get it.
Inflation running high. Nobody knows when it's going to level out. Got to buy your windows and doors right now at FAS Windows and Doors and lock in your price. They have the largest window and door showroom in Central Florida. Tons of windows ready for you to operate and look at and pick out. They're all impact-resistant glass, noise security, reduction, maximum efficiency. That's what it's all about. Not to mention a full selection of hurricane windows and doors. Estimate's always free at FAS. The estimators always give you plenty of options. All products have a lifetime warranty. It's just one hit after another. And if you act right now, how about rebates of $55 per window and $95 per door? Plus, no money down, no interest, no payments for 12 months. Financing is available as well. More importantly, though, when you get these windows in your home like I have and Jack has as well, you're going to feel a dramatic difference in how your house feels. It will be cooler. It will cost you less. Your AC will last longer because it's working less. Not to mention your house will be safer and it'll just feel better and look better as well. Hop on board today and book your appointment. It's FASWD.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of someone experiencing Marco's new bold Magnifico pizzas. Enjoy 2 kinds of pepperoni on the Pepperoni Magnifico. Revel in Old World sausage on the new Sausage Magnifico. And rejoice in harmonious layers of savory pepperoni and sausage on the new Ultimate Magnifico. Try new Magnifico pizzas starting at $9.99 at marcos.com. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
The How to Money podcast helps you live a richer life by teaching you how to handle the money you have in a more thoughtful, purposeful way. Join hosts Joel and Matt for personal finance nuggets that actually make a difference in your life.
Well, the number one rule of cheap travel is to let the deal drive the destination. Bali, it might not be on your radar, but if the price is right, it should be.
Right, yeah. When you take this tactic, it allows you to travel more because you're doing it for so much less money.
Listen to How to Money on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hurry in during Ram Truck Month and discover what it truly means to drive a truck that's built to serve. Ram Truck Month, going on now. And now, finance and get $7,480 in total values on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Don't miss this great offer. See your local Ram dealer today. Total values include combined cash allowance and $2,980 Bighorn Level 2 package value. Financing for well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital. Not all buyers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 5/1/2023.
This is Steve Kramer. Let me tell you a business secret. There are sketch companies out there selling awards. Make sure the awards earned by your lawyer are from respected organizations. At Trenley Kramer Law, our lawyers have been recognized by Orlando Magazine Best Lawyers, Florida Trend Legal Elite, Super Lawyers, and listed in U.S. News as a best law firm for years. We've earned the awards that can't be bought. Trenley Kramer, TK Law, one firm for life.com.
Kalos Services will be holding a job fair in Claremont on Saturday, April 8th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Learn about opportunities in the construction services industry. To register, please visit kalosflorida.com/jobs or text or call 352-243-7099.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you, Do Not Disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
I'm Martin Hoke, the inventor of Navage Nasal Care, and I love Navage. I've told you about how your nose is the body's air filter, that Navage's powered suction will help flush out allergens, viruses, mucus, and germs, and that Navage will help you breathe better. But what do other people say about Navage? Like Ricardo, quote, "This is one of the greatest inventions ever. I know this may sound like I'm exaggerating, but this sucker is amazing. The first time I did it, I couldn't believe what came out of my sinuses. I could breathe with ease. My wife just bought one too. Thank you for this product," unquote. He's one of over 100,000 online reviews praising Navage, the all-natural solution trusted by over 3 million people to help you breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and stay healthier without drugs. Navage is available at Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, Target, Rite Aid, and online. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E, clean nose, healthy life.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by Wassey's Meat Market for the lowest price on a big green egg.
Cento Family Moving and Storage is Central Florida's trusted source for local and long-distance moving. From packing to delivery, Cento Moving is fully licensed and insured to provide you a seamless moving experience so you can enjoy your new home in no time. Get a quote today at CentoMoving.com. Forget the stress, move with the best.
This Friday through Sunday at Old Navy, get 40% off your purchase. Spring is here. Get 40% off your purchase this weekend. Plus, this Saturday only, get 50% off all dresses. Hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. See stores or oldnavy.com for limited exclusions.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. You're listening to WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Available everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now #1 for podcasting. We are an iHeartRadio station.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, FUN. F-U-N. Fun. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
We have arrived. Hi, welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show, Real Radio 104.1. Your 6 o'clock keyword is fun. We are about to have some fun drinking some of this great Persimmon Hollow beer. But all you have to do is go to realradio.fm and send the word fun away for your chance to win $1,000. Again, fun is your 6 o'clock keyword. Welcome back. I am Jim. Deb and Jack and Ross are here. And you know who else is here?
Yeah, beer. Beer's here.
Let's do Ross thoughts.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's funny.
I'm happy.
Sometimes.
It's not weird.
There's no evidence of
Ross.
that.
I'm happy.
Spelled like
no evidence
sauce.
of that whatsoever.
It's Ross Thoughts.
Ross Thoughts is brought to you by Persimmon Hollow Brewing, and they are in the building. Can I get a round of applause? Woo! Let's go! Yay! For Andy and Robbie, I'm so happy that you guys are here, the main brains behind some of the best beer that Central Florida has to offer. You guys are so interesting. First of all, quick question, which is your favorite beer out of the beer that you brew?
That's a well-timed question, considering we just asked that on social media today, and
Did
I
you
guess
really?
I should give the same answer. So we make one called Lake Eola Leisure Lap. That's my favorite.
Lake Eola Leisure Lab.
Lap.
Leisure lap.
Yes. Like a take one.
Oh, I got you.
Like-
there you go.
Yeah.
Like put it in a glass, take a little leisure lap around the lake. If you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's like when I was at Florida Southern College, that was a different kind of lap around the lake. But
Yes. And your Lake Eola location, which is right there on the lake, one of the coolest places to get beer in downtown Orlando.
I appreciate that.
The people watching has got to be
it's
it's nice.
fantabulous.
Spectacular. Let's talk about the story of Persimmon Hollow. Is this one of the stereotypical Apple stories? Two guys who love beer that decided to get a beer making kit, do it in their garage for their friends, and the next thing you know, the friends will go, you know what, this beer's pretty darn good. Maybe you consider doing this at a bigger scale. Next thing you know, you guys have a lot of debt.
Yeah, except
that's 100% correct. And,
that was eerily
and by a lot. Like that's you could understate that no less.
It wasn't a garage; it was a basement.
Yeah, he's really good at predicting stuff. It's borderline annoying, but it's 100% impressive every time.
The debt
Deland
thing,
has
that
weird.
hurts.
Deland has weird houses for Florida that have basements right over there by Stetson and some of the hills. And so I lived in a house that had a walkout basement. And that's where we fermented the first beer. And literally, this thing happened. It happened at home, and this is what happens when a hobby gets so freaking out of control. You don't even know what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because, what year was that? That was like 2010?
We
started
started brewing in 11. We opened in 2014. That happened really fast. We met some people. The house would turn into a big party every weekend because we had beer on tap and our friends would come over. They'd give us feedback. And
friends are like that when beer flows?
Yeah, especially when it's free. It's not free anymore. Sorry. But all that debt,
Yeah.
But, that
So
happened.
much.
And then we met some people in the industry and they gave us great feedback on the beer and told us we ought to do it and we ought to go start the brewery. And that happened. And here we are today.
So you experienced something that a lot of people out there, including myself, have gone through. You said it was a hobby, and then all of a sudden it kind of became a career.
We had great jobs that weren't, that had benefits and
Really?
healthcare.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I took a 50% pay cut the day that I changed jobs.
And
that was like no guarantee of actually getting paid.
Yeah.
That was what I thought we could pay.
Yeah, passion will do that to you.
Yeah.
So going from hobby to career, what was that transition like for you guys? Because for me, I remember going out to open mics, doing stand-up comedy for free, to all of a sudden 10 years later, making sure some other things, and now I'm not doing it for free, and it does have a job element. Do you still have that hobby-esque passion, even though this is now your career and what you're pursuing?
Well, my friend Andy just wrote down two of these things while you were talking, so I'm thinking they're pretty much in love with it still.
Yeah.
Yes and no. So it's interesting, right? When you have a hobby and you turn it into a business, like you're doing it because of the hobby section of it, and then you basically, if you're good at it, you work yourself back into a job.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the
That's
goal.
funny. What an interesting way to look at that.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
So the interesting thing with you guys, and I say you guys, the Craft Brew Collective of Central Florida, there's a bunch of ways you can look at making revenue doing this. You can have a tap and hope people show up and drink your beer copiously there, or you can package it up and try to sell it maybe at local spots or something like that. Maybe get a distribution deal locally at grocery stores. You guys went the latter. You guys have distribution through like Publix and ABC and stuff like that. I can't imagine those connections are easy to make. Shelf space, people do not understand. Retail shelf space is impossible to get against big brewers and big anything. How did you guys manage to do that?
A lot of hard work over a lot of years. I mean, the blue wall is really hard to,
It's no joke.
There's only so many feet of shelf on space, and so space on shelf. So you got to really go after it, and it takes time. It takes time building relationships with distributors so that they trust that you're going to get your product into them when you say you're gonna. Yeah. With a company like Publix, if you don't get on the shelf and then you're out of stock the next week, you're not getting back on the shelf.
You're not.
You got to make sure that when your distributors order that you've got product to give them, and we've worked really hard to try to keep it really small for a long time. I mean, we've been open 8 years now. And we kept our distribution footprint until 2020. Our distribution footprint was 6 counties.
Wow.
It was Volusia and Flagler, and then it was the Orlando metro area, and that was it. Now we've grown it enough when the bars and restaurants were closed and package grew, we were able to open up down into the Tri-County area, into the Tampa market a little bit. And so we've got a chance now to grow in those markets.
It's even worse, not only are you battling against InBev, Miller, Coors, things like that, you're also battling against other craft brews that have established brands, Goose Island, Sierra Nevada, other brands that have been around for a while. Those all are also fighting for shelf space. So kudos to you guys for getting your way in there, because you have to have a good product to do so. Yeah, Ross.
Yeah, so every time when I first met you guys, when I first heard about Persimmon Hollow Brewing, I realized that, man, they have a lot of beers. And even today, you gave us some beers that aren't even released. My question, is it 1 per month, 2 months, a quarter? How often are you trying to create a new beer?
It rolls out. It works out to be about a beer a week. Between the multiple locations, the multiple brewing teams we've got, it's about one a week.
That's higher than most breweries, I would think.
Yeah, because we have the multiple locations and we have brewers in each location, and part of their job is just to be a creative expression of that neighborhood, wherever it is.
Each tap room.
Each tap room. So we've got a brewer at Lake Eola named Matt, and Matt kills it. We got a guy out at Flamingo Crossings named Dalton, and he's just awesome, super creative guy. So we want them dropping new beers constantly. So it's about one a week that's getting dropped in the different locations.
So if Matt creates something that's banging, does that end up at the other places as well?
We share them back and forth.
Yeah.
And Adam, our lead brewer, works really closely with the whole brewing team. And so if something is just amazing at one of the locations, like Lake Eola Leisure Lap is, comes up to DeLand mainly because I request it, but
right. Here with Andy and Robbie from Persimmon Hollow Brewing, of course, the new sponsor for Ross Thoughts, and it's National Beer Day, so what more can we want? By the way, I'm empty, so if you guys want to
Yeah, so what beers did you bring for us to try today?
Yeah.
So the first couple we gave you one that's called our Copper Lager. Our brewer is actually from Wisconsin, Deb.
Hey!
A little Midwest. And one of his favorite beers is a beer up there called Two Women, made by New Glarus, a brewery you can only get in Wisconsin. He loves that beer. He's made this Copper Lager a couple times as a limited release. He loves it. This one that just made Jim do something that I don't know that I can describe.
It's like a trap, isn't it?
That was interesting.
This is our brand new Belgian Blonde.
Buddy, this is a yummy.
I've got a friend.
That's a tagline.
We were hanging out. We have a new beer garden.
Write that down, Robbie.
Yummy.
I'm coming to you from the glass.
That's some of that farm fresh goodie from Palatka right
Buddy,
there.
this is really good, man. I got those great banana flavors that you get from these trap beers. Are so good.
Yeah, we were at our brand new beer garden in DeLand, which is on the north side of DeLand in the Airport Industrial Complex. We just opened a new beer garden there. And we were drinking this last week, and a friend of mine told me we need to call this beer One More. Because he's like, every time he had another sip, he had to go get another beer. He's like, he came for a beer, and 5 hours later, we were pitching horseshoes and having a blast. And he's like, I can't stop drinking it. I just got to go get one more.
And truthfully, these are some of the oldest beer recipes known to man, right? These trap beers were made hundreds of years ago.
Yeah.
And this is delicious. By the way, I want to go back real quick. That lager that you had, what was that?
It's just called Copper Lager.
So listen, the funny thing is about beer brewing is I just found out this recently. Everybody believes that the IPAs and all these beers are the really hard beers to brew because there's lots of flavor and lots of unique stuff in there. The hardest beer to brew is lager. To get that really crisp, beautiful beer flavor without it getting gummy and stuff is a real trick. And I know is that a big thing now for brewers too? Is to brew that real perfect, like crispy lager, isn't it?
Yeah, the lighter the body of the beer, the less a beer has going on, the easier it is to taste the process, and really the cleanliness.
So it's like it's like a downhill putt. It's like a quick putt. It's very fast. If you hit it a little bit wrong, I would think then it goes way off.
Yeah.
This beer is so good. This blonde is really good.
What? Okay, that beer is delicious.
It's so creamy to be this light because a lot of these beers get super heavy and again kind of weird creamy, but this one's really crisp.
What I want to know though is what is that ABV on that beer?
6.3.
Okay, that
is perfect.
That is sneaky.
This is my wife's favorite. My wife, believe it or not, oddly enough, I'm married to a knockout, tiny little wife, and she drinks the most giant beers, and she just started drinking these traps, and she loves them. And she's moved off these from Imperial Stouts. So she loves this, man. She is going to love this. This is so approachable, and a lot of these beers really are off-putting sometimes because they really get heavy into that thing, that banana kind of thing. This is perfect. This is really good.
We're really proud of our brewing team. They work really hard to bring beer all the way across Central Florida, and they're really good about creating balanced beers.
Well,
that's something that's really important.
I find it fascinating, super badass that you let each brewery kind of try something on their own, and if it sticks and it sells, then you go, absolutely, we go with that. Then it's almost, would you say that it's almost like a friendly competition between each one out of the 5 locations?
It's not competitive.
It's not competitive because it's all
really,
for the team.
It's group creative. We've got this amazing team. It's so fun to watch them at the end of the week. And even the production team. So don't get me wrong. In the production side, sometimes we got to turn out 60 barrels of Bee Chippy IPA this week because Bee Chippy is our flagship. It's the one 60% of all the beer we brew. It's going on, and those guys have to meet those orders.
Oh yeah,
then they get to be creative,
right?
But at the end of the week, Friday afternoon comes 3:30, and those guys are having a shift beer, playing a game of pool together, and hanging out.
Right.
And the guys from the other locations, or they'll be talking. They talk all the time. They got a group text that we're not included in, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
but
trust me.
they communicate with each other, and they really enjoy being around each other, and they get to make beer. It doesn't mean that every day's fun. It's a hot, sweaty job that's really dirty, and it's mostly washing dishes, but it's really cool.
It is cool. Hold on one second there, because here's the thing. We're up against a break, but I want you guys to hang out. Can you spend one more segment with us and chill for
absolutely.
a second? Why don't you end Raw's thoughts? Let's move forward, and then we'll come back and spend some more time with Andy and Rob.
Absolutely. First of all and last of all, Raw's Thoughts is brought to you by two kings of beer. That is Andy and Robbie of Persimmon Hollow Brewing. It is where you need to go. Listen to Jim, listen to Jack. Jack's been silent. It's his birthday. He's been drinking. Jack, listen to that. That's not how he usually sounds.
Is this new, this thing?
Brand new.
Spanking.
Bro, let me tell you, you guys have nailed it.
You need to visit Persimmon Hollow at any of their 5 locations. You can do it. You can enjoy passionately crafted beer. It's time. It's National Beer Day. Enjoy a Persimmon Hollow beer. Drink sensibly, but get weird. Visit them at phbeer.com.
Man, oh man, oh man. I will take one more of those, my friends.
Those are your Raw's Thoughts. I'm out. Peace.
All right, 407-916-1041. Back in a sec with more with Andy and Robbie from Persimmon Hollow Brewing. Here on Beer Day.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos. For locations, go to gringoslocos.com and securedroofingandrestoration.com. Visit their website for your free estimate today. At 8 p.m., it's Bungalower and the Bus. At 9, we all find out what the hell is Angel listening to. Tonight on Real Radio 104.1.
Stop and go traffic continues south on the Turnpike between 417 and Osceola Parkway. We're seeing heavy delays too westbound on I-4 between the Beach Line and Central Florida Parkway, as well as eastbound between Anderson and Amelia Street. It's heavy too coming out of Polk County still, approaching U.S. Highway 27 up to Osceola Polk Line Road. If you see traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center. I'm Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. When pizza's this good, there's no such thing as leftovers. Well, unless you order extras for leftovers. Order today at marcos.com and load up on favorites like the Pepperoni Magnifico. Marco's. Pizza lovers get it.
Man, are you feeling stretched thin by the pressures of growing your business? Well, retaining top talent and staying compliant in changing times. Fortunately, there's Insperity. They put over 35 years of HR experience to work offering your employees competitive benefit options the entire time, providing the HR support you need to thrive. With Insperity, nothing seems impossible. Scalable HR benefits, HR technology, employee benefits. That is Insperity. HR that makes a difference.
Car crash? Call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
The How to Money podcast helps you live a richer life by teaching you how to handle the money you have in a more thoughtful, purposeful way. Join hosts Joel and Matt for personal finance nuggets that actually make a difference in your life.
Well, the number one rule of cheap travel is to let the deal drive the destination. Bali, it might not be on your radar, but if the price is right, it should be.
Right, yeah. When you take this tactic, it allows you to travel more because you're doing it for so much less money.
Listen to How to Money on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Tools Ace Hardware has all the best brands in grilling out there, plus outdoor cooking. Traeger, you know that name. Big Green Egg, all the sizes. Weber, Napoleon, Uni, pizza ovens. But now, Traeger has that new Flat Rock Griddle. The Traeger Flat Rock Griddle now in stock at most Tools Ace Hardware locations. This griddle is fueled with propane. It'll open up a whole new world of griddling, frying, steaming, and sauteing while delivering the innovation and premium quality that Traeger is certainly known for. Not to mention, previous Traeger Timberline pellet grills on sale now, $700 off while supplies last. All you have to do, just visit one of their 12 Central Florida locations or shop online at acehardware.com. That way you can get free assembly and local delivery on grills $3.99 and up. It's Tools Ace, the backyard place.
Here's a top move for hiring a divorce attorney. See how they look and handle themselves on video or audio. Chances are that's them at their best. with editing, setup, and multiple takes. The courtroom is live. Mediation is live. Make sure your divorce lawyer is going to make you look good. At Trenley Kramer Law, we handle family law and divorce. TK Law, onefirmforlife.com.
Hear that? That's the sound of someone experiencing Marco's new bold Magnifico pizzas. Enjoy 2 kinds of pepperoni on the Pepperoni Magnifico. Revel in Old World sausage on the new Sausage Magnifico. And rejoice in harmonious layers of savory pepperoni and sausage on the new Ultimate Magnifico. Try new Magnifico pizzas starting at $9.99 at marcos.com. Marco's. Pizza lovers, get it. Price and participation may vary. See store for details.
This Friday through Sunday at Old Navy, get 40% off your purchase. Spring is here. Get 40% off your purchase this weekend. Plus, this Saturday only, get 50% off all dresses. Hurry, it's this weekend only at Old Navy. See stores or oldnavy.com for limited exclusions.
When it comes to taking care of your acreage, don't mess around. Toro zero-turn mowers cut big yards down to size in less time, so you can spend more time hunting, fishing, or just enjoying the day. Built with comfort-enhancing, productivity-boosting features like MyRide suspension that takes the ache out of acreage, massive rear-drive tires for ultimate traction, and ultra-durable iron-forged cutting decks you can rely on for years to come. Bowl through anything that dares get in your way. Toro. Count on it. Visit Toro.com/zero-turn to find yours.
Unexpected expenses don't exactly come with an installment plan.
What if they could? An AmScott installment cash advance from $100 to $1,000 could mean more money and more time to pay it back. AmScott, some restrictions apply, subject to approval.
Get hot deals at Academy Sports and Outdoors. Buy one, get one 50% off Magellan Outdoors clothing. And get up to 25% off Adidas and Under Armour clothing. Shop great brands at the best prices. Deals end April 10th. Exclusions and restrictions apply. See academy.com/disclaimers for details.
Pray.com's Meditative Prayers podcast is the best way to bring God's perfect peace into your night. Each meditative prayer helps you focus on God, fight anxiety, sleep better, and more.
As you close your eyes, ask God to come and have fellowship with you. Open yourself to the Holy Spirit and ask Him to minister to you.
Listen to Meditative Prayers on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This hour of programming brought to you by MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com. Need a new roof? Then you need Mike at MyHomeBuildersNetwork.com.
The Jim Colbert Show returns now on Real Radio 104.1.
Whatever transportation you can muster together to get to one of these breweries to get this beer that I'm drinking right now when they finally decide to release it, you needed to do that.
Take a Lime bike.
If you Lime bike it, unicycle, ride a bear, I don't care what it takes, but go get one of these blonde.
The Belgian blonde.
The Belgian
It is
blonde.
on tap in the 2 DeLand locations today.
Andy, what was the other one you gave us? The first one.
That was the lager.
That's the copper lager.
Yeah.
This is don't lose out on this one, Jimmy. This one's good.
I promise you, Jack, I won't sleep on it. That's what
Please.
you're looking for there.
Yeah.
And this one, it's 5%, and you literally can drink it all day.
All day.
I have proven that you can drink it all day myself.
All right, 407-916-1041. Welcome back to the Jim Colbert Show here on Real Radio. I am Jim. Deb is here.
Hello.
There you go. Jack is here.
Hello.
Ross is
Hello.
as well.
Hello.
And you hear some extra voices in the studio. That's Andy and Robbie from Persimmon Hollow Brewing, the new sponsor of Ross Thoughts. Ross thought it would be a good idea to invite these guys in on National Beer Day. He was correct. It was a great idea.
Fantastic.
Now talking to these guys about their path and what's coming up new for Persimmon Hollow. You have 5 now. That's pretty big expansion. You know, I mean, when you look at other breweries like maybe Crooked Can, who was around a while, and some other breweries like that, I don't think they have that many locations and stuff. What led you guys to have so many locations?
Is insanity a proper answer?
Yeah, I think that's acceptable.
Glutton?
You're
Thinking we
glutton
could turn ourselves into cyborgs that can be in 5 places at once.
That was the next question. So interestingly is this, right? So when Four Rivers Barbecue started going through their big expansion, by the way, John Rivers, a wonderful human being.
Amazing person.
It's fake how good of a dude that guy is. Yeah. Like, it's fake. He's too good of a person. It's like it seems fake. Either way, when he added the very first store that's now the big store down on Fairbanks. It used to be the taco shop that is Hunger Street, where you'd sit there in the boiling sun hoping that he didn't run out of brisket before you got it.
Yeah, it was about a 2-day wait.
One of the things that I remember talking to people in the food business is when this guy starts expanding, and it's inevitable, because I mean you're not going to maximize your revenue serving brisket out of a window. You got to have more locations. The number one thing that happens when you expand like that is you lose control over the quality of the product, because unfortunately you have to put people that don't have your passion in charge. Have you guys been lucky enough, and that is the key word, to find somebody that manages or brews these beers at each of these locations that have your passion as well, that understand your vision and won't stray from that?
Yes, and so all of the core beer, so Beach Hippie, Daytona Dirty Blonde, Ross's Favorite, Blood Orange Wheat, all of that is still brewed single source, single location in our downtown DeLand. It's the water is the most important thing for beer, and the water that Persimmon Hollow was built off of is the downtown DeLand water. And please, if the DeLand municipality is listening, don't ever change the water.
Yeah, right. You just keep pulling it right out of Blue Springs.
So
That's right.
some of
exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Really? So is that almost like the secret sauce then?
Water is definitely one of the secret sauces to beer.
But
it's the terroir to beer, like the earth is to wine.
But you have
Truly
you're saying that you have access to, let's say, a little bit more special water out in DeLand?
Yes. The pH of the water coming out of the tap in DeLand it's like 0.5% or 1% off of water from Germany.
And that's so unbelievably important when it comes to the science of brewing. Those tiny fractions.
That's okay. So now I finally have the answer of why are these beers tasting so much better?
Well, technique has to be different.
It's magic.
It's
recipe, technique, but every brewery can order the same ingredients.
Right.
Yeah.
But will they?
Well, that's a question too.
You gotta ask them.
But yeah, so, and even because each of our locations we've expanded has kitchens too, and so there's a big challenge of making sure that food's repeatable, and we've learned a lot. And John Rivers, he's not fake. He's incredibly real. He gave me an hour of his time, and no, I know you didn't.
But what I'm saying, he's so nice. It seems unreal because you can think nobody can be that nice,
right?
Or that charitable, or that nice.
Yeah, I had a friend who put me in touch with him, and I went and he said, "What can I do for you?"
Yeah,
he gave me an hour of his time, and I asked him that exact question. We're growing. How do we keep this process going? And he gave us some great tips, and we've used them.
Awesome.
And he's made himself available whenever we need for advice, and it's amazing that
to a guy that doesn't have that kind of time.
Yeah.
I mean, my man is busy.
No, and he does that for a lot of people.
That's good.
People don't talk about. He does that for an amazing amount of entrepreneurs in this town.
Yeah,
I'm super curious. Why Persimmon Hollow? Persimmon is pretty rare to find.
Mm-hmm.
Why those two words?
Persimmon Hollow is the original name of the town of DeLand. So back in the late 1870s, there was a little settlement of folks down there, and they called it Persimmon Hollow.
How cool is that?
Y'all are blowing my mind.
That sounds like somewhere you go to write a book.
Yeah.
Just sit into a cabin and write a book. I did want to ask this. Wine people are very finicky. Everybody knows that. Wine connoisseurs or wine lovers, claim they can pick out notes of different flavors and things of that nature, right? They stick their in and try to get that snoot in there. Do you find that your guys that come to the breweries are equally as discerning when it comes to what they expect from the beer? Do you guys get a lot of requests from customers? Hey, do you ever try this, or you ever thought about this? And have you ever taken any of those into consideration?
Yes to all. There are definitely there is the ability to have a more or less discernible palate, and that's in beer as well. There's definitely people that think they have great palates that don't, and there's people that think they have terrible palates that when you listen to them describe a beer, it's like,
perfect.
Are you sure that you don't know what you're talking about?
It smells. It tastes kind of like it kind of tastes like cinnamon.
Yeah. So yes, and we do. We listen to all of the guest feedback, and a lot of time we have a beer on right now called Tom Hale Rye Ale, and Tom Hale is one of our amazing mug clubbers in our DeLand tap room forever, and he's been asking for a rye ale, and Adam said, okay.
Wow.
And he made it.
He's mug number one, by the way. He's not been there he is mug number one.
You guys pay attention to trends?
No.
Because the sours came along a long time ago.
Nope.
Then the lactose came along a while ago. And then, it seemed like every brewery in Central Florida followed in unison to brew the next sour, the next this, or now the ciders, or now the seltzers, or whatever. When it comes to trends like that, and we're talking like national trends. Do you guys not pay attention to any of that?
We do pay attention in the community. So, our Matt in our Lake Eola location will brew a sour. It's because it's what the neighborhood is asking for.
Right,
And
right,
so, do we? Yes, kind of on a micro scale. On the macro, no. We brew good beer.
I like to say we brew traditional styles of beer to style, and like you said, you drink the Belgian, you drink the lager. We will try those new things, but if we do them, it's got to be the best one we've ever tasted.
So you're just basically making sure that you take tradition into consideration when you do these things, because it's important, because that's really what it was built on, right?
Absolutely.
There's two things that I don't want to just gloss over. I really want this to soak in. You had a brewery, I believe it. What was it? The Deland that you're just referring to with the sour. You said that the neighborhood had a demand for it, so we made it for them. That's special. That's kind of priceless. That doesn't happen at every brewery. Another thing that you just brought up, you said the rye ale. That was from a guy who walked in and went, "Man, I love rye ales."
And that's not a super popular beer, by the way.
Yeah. And
rye ales are that's a different one.
In fairness, Tom has been asking for a rye ale for 8 years.
Yeah, but still.
You don't owe
of
Tom
like,
anything.
It's sort of like having your spouse wear you down. Tom's mug number one. He sits there every day.
So if you ask me for 8 years for a beer, I'll make you a beer, maybe.
Yeah, okay, I'm on it. I got an idea.
We
8 years
think,
later.
We think that beer is community, and we want our tap rooms to be an extension of that. And so, our tap rooms are there to create community for ourselves and our guests in the neighborhood. And, beer's a good lubricant for community.
I have to tell you,
I want to take that back immediately.
I will go a little bit
No,
further.
I like it.
Actually.
That moved Ross.
Yeah, man, I'm emotional.
I will go a little further. I believe breweries are absolutely key to communities. And I'll tell you, my small town just built a brewery about 4 or 5 years ago called Azalea City Brewing, right? And the two people who run it are wonderful human beings. They really are. They really have a talented brewer up there, and they brew some great beers. But more importantly, the area they went in is right next to the elementary school that I went to as a kid, right? And it was a Coca-Cola bottling plant. So Coke would send the syrup down or whatever, and then you would bottle it locally and sell it locally before they started doing it and distributing it out like they do now. They took this old building and turned it into basically a community meeting spot where you have dance classes and yoga classes and food trucks. And it really has created now an initiative where it's working its way downtown with a lot of these small southern towns that are riverfront towns have a lot of possibility, but no economy. And these breweries are bringing beer tourism into small areas. Jack's sister lives in this tiny little place up in North Carolina that we just talked about this week, and they built this little thing called Whirligig Park from this artist that lived there. It was an old man farmer guy. And what was one of the first things they built across the street from this thing as a community center was a brewery. Mm-hmm. It is, and it's been this way for hundreds of years, hasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, and we've gone so far. We have 4 core values for our company that we put on paper to lay out really who we are. And they are people, place, product, and planet. If you notice, we're a company that makes products, and products comes third in the 4. People and place first, then our products, and then care for the planet. And so we do a lot of initiatives around those with our team. But it is really about people and place first.
Yeah. How far into this thing before you guys made a bigger plan? Like, were you 2 locations in? You were like, hey, man, maybe we need to step back and see what we're doing 10 years from now. Do you guys have a 10-year from now plan? 5-year from now plan?
We do, but it keeps getting...
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
We have to keep redoing it because...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, every 6 months.
So canning was not... we started canning in our 2nd year of operation. It wasn't... It was maybe in our 5-year plan at the very end of it.
It was at the tail end of the 5-year plan, and we did it in month 11.
Yeah.
And because of the community, because of the team, we keep being wrong about our plan. It in the timeline, not giving ourselves not enough time. So we have to keep recreating these plans.
Wrong in a good way, where things are just happening a little more quickly than you originally anticipated.
Yeah, and that keeps happening.
Yeah, and when we were to go only in the COVID stuff, that was one of the times where we really took a step back and said, all right, we got to do something here.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? We could either sit around and pout, which I did for a while, or we can make a plan to grow. And so we made a plan to grow, and we've done it.
Andy and Robbie here from Persimmon Hollow Brewing, of course, the new sponsor for Ross Thoughts, which we're very proud of. National Beer Day. These guys brought in some tasty beers.
And they also brought in my current number 1
That's what I want to
beer.
try. I want to try that now.
I have some. I'll pour you a glass either right now or at the end of the show. The Blood Orange Wheat. I need to know why this is so special to me. why is this beer, out of all, I've had a lot of beers, this is my number one right now.
Tell him why he loves it so much.
Yeah.
Tell him why it's
interesting.
addictive.
It's the DeLand water.
It is little Jack. Happy birthday!
Thank
And ding, ding, ding! Jack's the winner.
Yeah.
No, that's part of it, but part of it too is that beer. A lot of wheat beers can be really heavy. We actually do this little thing with the base of that beer that it's not brewed like a traditional wheat beer. It has a piece of that recipe, but then it's also got some Pilsner to it, and so it makes it really light and refreshing. But then you put the citrus on top of that, and it's killer. Now, that's not what you're drinking.
Yeah, that's not what
I was about to say,
that is Beach Hippie IPA. That's our flagship.
I have a follow-up question. Are you an orange slice connoisseur? Do you just dig into an orange slice?
I also like oranges.
A lot of youth soccer. Do you eat a lot of orange slices on the sidelines?
Yeah. My mom was afraid of cramps.
Yeah. So Jim is now having a moment with Beach Hippie IPA.
And that was the
flagship beer.
That was the first beer I had from you guys, and that's what made my eyes open. And then when I knew that this was even a possibility, I was like, please get them on Ross Thoughts. I believe in what they're doing. They are killing it. And then I had the blood orange wheat, and I was like, it's game over. That blood orange wheat is genuinely one of the best beers I've ever put inside of my body.
So interesting with IPAs, right? So IPAs are interesting, right? Because a lot of them mimic each other. So one of the things that IPAs try to separate themselves, this is my perception. I'm not a brewer. I don't know. I just drink a lot of this stuff, so I kind of form my own opinion. Balancing the bitterness with these beers to me is the key, right? It's how you, and there are a couple of companies that have done a good job at it. I think Highlight does a good job. They built, Highlight from them is a very good IPA, and I will have to tell you, the body of it, there's a certain creaminess to IPAs when you first get them on your lips before they start getting into the IBUs and start getting into the flavors. And buddy, this thing is great. I mean, this thing balances that bitterness absolutely perfectly and uses it as a tool to deliver the rest of the flavor of the beer all the way down your palate. This is crazy good.
I'm telling you.
Dude, I'm telling you, this is
so
crazy good. I haven't had an IPA in like 3 weeks. Because I've been drinking them stupid Coors Lights because I'm fat.
Yeah.
I drink them because it's what my wife has in the fridge.
Yeah.
But
buddy, listen, this is damn good. What's the ABV on this?
7.1.
It's aggressive.
Perfect. Yeah. It's perfect. There's a comedy show that I always try out my new material on.
Holy balls, that's good. Go ahead. I'm sorry, you were saying something?
Yeah. There's a comedy show that I always show up and I try all my new material on. And what do you want out of a bartender? What you want is
free beer.
You want the norm?
Oh, yeah.
Norm?
Yeah.
And you go, yeah. And now when he gives me the blood orange, and because that's my norm at this one bar, God, man, it just makes me feel like I'm drinking a local Central Florida beer in a small local Florida bar. You can't get much more supportive of your community here in Central Florida than Persimmon Hollow.
All right, so where are you guys? Tell us, let's get in this thing up because I'm getting hammered.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Fact.
Okay, where are you? All locations. Where can they find you online? Give me the whole thing. Social media, the whole nine.
Okay. On social media at Persimmon Hollow. Online at phbeer.com.
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 Where are you most active on social, by the way, so people know? Is it Insta?
Instagram, Facebook.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We're getting into those tweets. We're starting to tweet again.
Yes. Trying to bring back Twitter.
Careful.
Yeah.
I know.
Easy.
It doesn't.
So, and then our locations, the original OG flagship, downtown DeLand. We have the new DeLand beer garden out in behind the Publix and Lowe's in North DeLand. People that are there will know it. If not, you can find it. Then we have Lake Eola, downtown Orlando. We have Flamingo Crossings, which is at the west entrance of Disney, the 429 Toll Road.
And that's the hangout spot for a lot of Disney entertainment.
Yep, and cast members. We have a cast member discount there for the cast members. Oh, yeah, and it gets used, man, let me tell you, especially late in the evening.
Yeah.
And then in Port Orange on Clyde Morris. So those are the 5 spots. Then we're gonna one of the worst kept secrets in Orlando. There's going to be an announcement later this year about another one. So that'll be coming, and
it's
then in
no longer a
stores,
secret.
yeah, because like 3 blogs have put it out without our permission. So, but anyway, in stores, ABC, Total Wine, Publix. If your Publix doesn't have it, you can ask for it; they'll get it for you. your mom and pops will have it. Racetrack in Deltona, we heard earlier today. And our number one package place, that Buc-ee's up in Daytona, man. Let me tell you, they
that's so great.
Our third month at Buc-ee's, it was our number one package account.
Are you serious?
They sell so much beer. That place is crazy, and if you want to see the sights in Daytona, that's a pretty good place to watch them.
Well, guys, look, we can't thank you enough for making the trip up. We know it's a pain in the ass to come up here this time of day on Friday and stuff, and lugging this beer up here for us to drink with you guys. But we do appreciate your coming in. We appreciate you sponsoring Ross's segment. We think it's going to do quite well for you guys. And again, just thanks for caring, and thank you very much for your time.
Cheers, y'all.
You guys give it up good and loud for Andy and Robbie.
Cheers,
y'all. All right, load them up for last call. That's 407-916-1041. Let's get the hell out of here on a Friday.
Real radio is the news junkie.
In this world that we live in, it is so much easier to be beautiful. If you are somebody perceived as sexy, hot, attractive, life is 10 times easier.
I don't even know what hardship is like.
Get out of here.
The News Junkie. Weekdays at 11 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner with your Fox 35 Central Florida forecast. And this Easter weekend will be packed with changes. Yes, we're going to start with a hot and humid day tomorrow, the high 91 with a 30% chance for a late day thunderstorm, to just 77 on Easter Day with passing showers. The rain especially likely during the afternoon, and it's a pattern that's going to hold through next week, bringing welcome rain to our drought-stricken region. For the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Brooks Garner.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. When pizza's this good, there's no such thing as leftovers. Well, unless you order extras for leftovers. Order today at marcos.com and load up on favorites like the Pepperoni Magnifico. Marco's. Pizza lovers get it.
Hey, man, let's get you a new bathroom courtesy of Rebath Mid-FLA. Dave Denbauer and his son Josh been doing it for about 8.5 years over there. And in 8.5 years, I've never received one complaint, not even one. In all of the bathrooms these guys have installed that I've sold for them, not one time has anybody complained. Not about the products, not about the service or the install. And there's a reason, because there's no reason to complain. These guys give you incredible bathrooms, incredible workmanship, incredible craftsmanship, incredible service. They're nice. They have great products, and they install it quickly. How about this? How about your bathroom installed 4 to 6 days? Not weeks, not months, days. You think that's crazy, right? Even after they do that, lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And the products are beautiful. Showroom easy to find, 436 up in Altamont. Slide in, check out their models. The models are there just to show you the products. Every bathroom at Rebath is a custom bathroom. Those products are there just to show you what's possible. All the trends can be represented, and their design team can take your ideas and their products and build the bathroom of your dreams. Like I said, 4 to 6 days later, you are enjoying every minute of it. Log on to the website, rebathmidfla.com. Look at the before and afters. They're doing amazing stuff, and they can do it for you. It's rebathmidfla.com.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-738-9900. That's 800-738-9900.
Orlando is lurking, ready to protect what's theirs. Because in this wild, it's survival of the fittest. Welcome to their jungle. This is your team. Experience more football. Experience XFL. Your Orlando Guardians close out the regular season at Camping World Stadium against the Arlington Renegades, Saturday, April 8th at 4 p.m. Tickets on sale now. Visit xfl.com/tickets.
Just come out, the man when you're in trouble, car accidents, slips and falls, he's the only one that you should call. Just come out, when you're injured on the go.
Orlando attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
Leonard Skinnard. ZZ Top. 2 American institutions unite. The Sharp-Dressed Simple Man Tour. Saturday, July 22nd, Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater. With special guest, Uncle Crackers. On
on sale now at livenation.com. Part of the Clean Earth Systems concert series.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Why should you hire the largest injury firm in the world for your injury case? Let me count the ways. Your case will be handled by your lawyer, a paralegal, and a case manager who's always in the office for you when your lawyer's in court. There's also a 24-hour hotline if you ever have a question or a problem. We've collected over $15 billion and won a lot. We became the largest injury firm in the world for a reason. Lots of people hired us. Morgan & Morgan.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Heads up for you. That doorbell camera you have, it's not a security system. You need to get a Safe Touch security system, and you can do it now during their buy one, get one sale. Nobody beats Safe Touch's technology or price. Visit safetouch.com. State license number EF233.
The Peanuts gang is suiting up for their biggest adventure yet aboard the next generation of NASA's deep space rockets. Join us at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex for All Systems Are Go by acclaimed production company Monlove, the new live show that takes Snoopy, Charlie Brown, and their gang to the moon and beyond. Now showing at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Tickets at kennedyspacecenter.com.
The How to Money podcast helps you live a richer life by teaching you how to handle the money you have in a more thoughtful, purposeful way. Join hosts Joel and Matt for personal finance nuggets that actually make a difference in your life.
Well, the number one rule of cheap travel is to let the deal drive the destination. Bali, it might not be on your radar, but if the price is right, it should be.
Right, yeah. When you take this tactic, it allows you to travel more because you're doing it for so much less money.
Listen to How to Money on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Yo, it's Ross. I'm here to tell you about Persimmon Hollow Brewing Company. Straight up, they make great beer. In fact, they make my favorite beer. Their Blood Orange Weed is my #1 right now. Andy and Robbie, the minds behind Persimmon Hollow Beer, are just passionate about the beer that they brew. You can really taste how much they give a damn about their beer. Visit Persimmon Hollow at any of their 5 locations so you can enjoy passionately crafted beers. Enjoy a Persimmon Hollow beer. Drink sensibly, but get weird. PersimmonHollowBrewing.com.
Sponsored by Life Imaging FLA. Now open. Call pound 250 keyword free heart scan.
You can watch radio being made on a daily basis at Jim Colbert Show on YouTube.
What a day. Neither do I, Prince.
I don't think you were a big Prince guy. I think you respect Prince, but did you have like a Prince era?
No, I listened to Prince and I love Prince, but I never owned a record.
Okay.
I never bought it, and I wouldn't put Prince on.
But you don't mind it.
No, I mean I love him, but I would never go, okay, play Prince. And I don't know why, because I think he's great. It's just it never really hits my thing, All right, 407-916-1041. We do have 2 lines open for last call if you want to grab those. 2. Again, that's 407-916-1041. Man, those guys are good.
Good people. Great beer.
Glad to have them on board.
I am very excited.
Yeah, glad to have them on board. We enjoy beer like everybody else on this radio station. There's no reason we shouldn't have some representation of that, and I think they're a fine brewery to help out and to side with.
God, man, I had my slacks rattled multiple times. Did you know that DeLand's original name was Persimmon Hollow?
When you asked the question, I'm like, that's a good question. And then when he said it, I'm like, I remember that now. I remember when, because I've known about him for a while. They've known Daniel and TC and I've people for a while. They came into the Monsters of the Morning years ago doing Beer of the Week. That's how I met them the first time. And then, of course, they've been perpetually getting better and bigger since then. And they're wonderful guys.
I mean, that says so much that they have 5 locations.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, man, the brewery thing is very cool, and to bring that brand over from DeLand and have it work in Orlando without being an Orlando-based kind of thing is actually even more impressive too. So good for them. I'm glad you have that partnership. I can't wait. We'll do some meetups up there soon. We'll kind of just say on the show one day we're going to slide out there and have some beers at Lake Eola one night, and just kind of chill out, smoke some cigars.
Yeah, that
have some
location,
beers.
that little front porch on the Eola location,
Built for it.
It's just so good.
Right on. All right, 407-916-1041. We do have one line open for last call if you want to grab that one before we get out of here. I am Jim. Deb, Jack, and Ross are here as well. Happy birthday to Jack. Jack turns 56 years old today.
Wow.
Woo. 56, big dog.
Wow. I'm creeping closer to 60. Oh, my God.
You're closer to 60 than you are 50.
I know. That's all good.
That was the case also before.
It was. I get that. But there's something about that
Why
double.
do you spoil everything?
That 55, you felt like you are mid-50s.
Oh, yeah,
now
yeah.
it's like, okay, here we go.
I can see it.
Yeah, it's speeding up.
I can sell it.
It's speeding up. I may get a gray hair one day.
How old do you think you look, though?
How old do I think I look?
Yeah.
I would go for mid-40s.
I would say if you walked Jack into a room and said, "How old is this guy?" I would probably say 46 or 7.
I would have gone with 45.
There you go.
That's a little young.
Why you got to ruin everything?
That's a little young.
You
Hey, look at this.
don't spoil it.
The same thing happens with me. I walk in a room, they look at me and they go, "You were born in 45."
You walk in and they're like, "Mouth to mouth now." Grab the defibrillators.
Oh, that was good.
So people just run up to me with a mirror just to make sure.
Hey, real quick, sorry, big fight night tomorrow night, and we want to thank Elixir all week. David from Elixir has fed us. I know he's fed the monsters. He's fed us, and we love these free food weeks. I mean, we really love these free food weeks.
Yeah, you know, I love that free money week. It's great.
It's always to promote something, and he's got the big fights. It's this UFC, I think it's the middleweight championship, and it happens starting at 10 o'clock tomorrow night at Elixir. Angel from the Monsters is going to be there, and there's no cover. But if you want to reserve a table, you got to contact them and do that today. You go to elixirorlando.com. You can hook up with them. But they are on Washington near the corner of Orange there. Great place for food, but also when there's either soccer on TV, specials, or the UFC fights.
No, if you are a soccer fan and if you don't know about Elixir, it's time to change that because that's where you go to watch and meet up with other soccer fans.
For sure. Great food, great drinks, good whiskey selection. It's all good. Tomorrow night, 10 o'clock with our friend Angel Rivera from the Monsters in the Morning. Deb, who do we have to thank today?
Well, along with Elixir, we want to thank Corona Cigar Company. We want to thank the owner of Orlando's Pickleball soon-to-be champions, the Orlando Squeeze, Ryan DeVos.
I mean, it's like we had like royalty in the studio.
Yeah, you know, that was the prince.
Rich Tips with Candace Rich, and last but certainly not least, Andy and Robbie from Persimmon Hollow Brewery with 5 locations to serve you. Folks texting in saying, don't forget they've got really great food, too.
Yeah, I know. I was saying that. They mentioned it. We never even got to talk about it, but apparently the food is amazing. Also, don't forget your cigar of the week for members only is the Cubico Robusto. The Cubico Robusto, only $8.50 a piece, but by the box are actually even cheaper. They're wonderful. You'll love them. Try one today. Do we have a Twitter poll today, Jack?
We do, and it has to do with Deborah and her hobbies. It's who's the big... Who's the bigger loser when it comes to wet willies? Is it the person with the wet finger or the person with the wet ear?
It's the wet ear by... It's 91% wet ear.
Oh, buddy. 90%.
Whoa.
He's killing it.
We'll call that a win.
All right, very good. Ross, stand up.
Yes, tomorrow night, Valerie Theater, Inverness. Let's ride.
Let's ride. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Stacy, last call.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
I wanted to ask you, how do you make a Kleenex dance?
How do you make a Kleenex dance?
You do a little boogie.
Oh, God, you got it wrong.
You put a little
boogie in it.
Put a little boogie in it. Oh, Granny.
You put boogies.
No. Looks like Aunt Jet's had too much wine. John, last call.
Hey, John Depp here. I just finished a novel while residing in Persimmon Hollow titled Deborah Does Willie. Can't wait for everyone to see the movie adaptation coming in 2014.
Hopefully sooner than that.
Yeah, right, no joke. Mike, last call.
John Depp.
Mike, I hit 56 9 years ago,
Buzzer Larson here. My doctor told me to run 5 miles a day for 2 weeks, which I did. You know how that turned out, Jim?
I don't know, buddy. How?
I wound up 70 miles from my house. Cat saw, pick me up. I need a ride home.
I almost got your.
Oh, no.
I almost got your cake today. Happy birthday, Quackshaw.
Oh, that's funny.
But I didn't want to ask the Slovenian woman to write it.
Yeah. Jack's a lot easier to spell.
Party Mom, last call. Take us home.
Who can it be knocking at Jack's door? Just Party Mom, I'm here to help you party more. Best off if I smoke outside.
Yes.
Happy birthday, Jack.
Hey, very good.
Thank you, Party
Mom. Appreciate that very, very much as always. We love hearing from you. Perfect way to kick off the weekend. Everybody have a good one. Nice and safe. We'll see you back on Monday for sure. On behalf of Deb, Jack, and Ross, and the guys from Persimmon Hollow, and Candace, and Ryan DeVos. I am Jim. We follow the News Junkie. They follow the Monsters of the Morning. After us, it's Tom and Dan with the Corporate Time. Our friends from Real Laughs. What the hell is Angel listening to? Bungalow in the Bus. Weekend music all weekend long with the legendary Joseph Martins for Sunday Morning Coming Down. We'll see you Monday at 3 for more of the Jim Colbert Show. Until then, have yourself a wonderful weekend.
Bye.
Well, I don't know about that.
A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan is coming up next on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Our heaviest traffic right now is definitely westbound on I-4 between 417 all the way to 429, as well as between the Beach Line and Central Florida Parkway. We're seeing delays too approaching Colonial Drive. If you're heading eastbound, we're still seeing heavy traffic coming out of Polk County approaching US Highway 27 out to Osceola Polk Line Road, as well as approaching 535. See traffic problems, make sure to call the Safe Touch Security Traffic Tip line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center on Paige Carrera.
This report is sponsored by Marco's Pizza. Cravings are satisfied and pizza prayers are answered with Marco's new Magnifico pizzas, loaded with Old World sausage and pepperoni. Try all 3 Magnifico pizzas at marcos.com. Available for a limited time. Marco's, pizza lovers get it.
Are you ready to put some cash in your pocket? Because Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at realradio.fm for your chance to win. With 13 chances every weekday, you'll have plenty of opportunities to win $1,000 in your hand. But there is a catch, because there's always a catch. Right. If you get a call, you need to answer your phone. That's right. The key to winning is picking up your phone when we call. So don't send us to voicemail. This contest brought to you locally by Mills Air.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
As a parent, you're probably unsure what college will look like for your child in the future. Rest assured, Florida Prepaid has a plan for you. There's no way to know what type of higher education your child will pursue years from now. But whether it's a 2-year state college, 4-year university, trade, or technical school, in-state or out, our flexible 529 prepaid plans will help you pay for it. So you can plan on giving your